Let's go. Welcome to another edition of the Parlay Madness. And I know you just heard that intro, but we got another intro coming very, very shortly because, you know what happened last week, boys.
Yeah, we got some pack.
Yeah, we got some pack last week.
Yeah, what pack was it again, bro? I think it was the Derby pack, man. I think we got
Randy.
that.
Randy.
Go on, rude boy, going out the mouth.
KO, round two's ass. Let's fucking go. Randy Brown, he cashed it for the boys. ITD, under 2.5, KO. That was a fucking good hit, man. We all cashed that one, boys. That was a community cash.
Yeah, gotta like the Derby pack, my guy. Appreciate you, bro. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. So this week we're gonna go through the entire card. Hopefully we have some nice pack this week. Essentially a decent card, UFC Des Moines. And I say it's a decent card every week because I'm just happy to have fights. I'm happy to have bets. Unless it's fucking PFL. Fuck PFL. Phil Davis coming out like a motherfucking championship boxer. This motherfucker's a wrestler all his life. A low-paced wrestler. Now he wants to be a fucking aggressive boxer. But anyway, we back to the UFC, which is the premier organization. And, man, I'm looking to make it 10 of the last 11 weekends winning. So we're going in off a PFL today. Split decision and Phil Davis fucked me. But, yeah, hopefully it's going to be a big one. I don't know how you guys see the card. Do you like the card? Any good spots? What do you reckon, JB?
Parlay Lou cash last week. That's what I know. Plus 791.
Yeah, congrats on that.
Had to eat on that one. So
he's like almost plus 500, right?
What happened? No, his parlay was plus 791, I think, or plus 719.
Plus 719, I think we cashed that one last week. So that pays for the next 7.
Easy too. Easy.
There.
Yeah, Amarine, Randy Brown, something like that. I can't even remember all the
it was like under 1.5, and then Randy Brown ITD and some shit like that.
Yeah, and man,
Edwards,
we was honestly live on a couple of others, bro. Like we was honestly live. I think
Onama 2-3.
He could have finished it, bro. I feel like, Onama pissed me off. He had to, he grappled him easily for like 2 rounds, and yeah, that was annoying, bro. Or even rocked him on the feet a couple of times.
Yeah,
shit happens, bro. So, yeah, I guess we'll get straight into the card, boys. We got Juliana Miller taking on Ivana Petrovic in the first fight. This is not a fight I enjoy at all. This is low-level women's MMA. And you guys know I love low-level women's MMA. Literally, Max bet it last week. Jocelyn Edwards, my girl, coming out looking like Chris Eubank. You know what I mean? Throwing hammers, bro. Round 1 KO. Damn, I cashed the KO at plus 1,100, which was a mad, mad line. I don't know if it was a mad line. It looked mad.
Back-to-back Edwards KOs.
Jeez. Yes, bro. We called it on Parlay Madness as well. Hopefully you guys cashed it because I was thinking it was going to be like a front kick up the middle, but, she just fucking bombed on her in round 1. So that shows you the level of Chelsea Chandler, to be honest. But I do think Jocelyn Edwards is improving every fight as we see. So shout out to Jocelyn. But yeah, this is not a low-level women's fight that I want to max bet. This is not Jocelyn Edwards. This is Juliana Miller. And there's a big difference in my opinion. I thought Miller was going to come back, and when she fought, who's the chick who goes out with I forgot the name.
Veronica.
Yeah, Veronica Hardy. I thought she was going to smash her from top position, based on what I had seen. But obviously Hardy had leveled up a lot. But I also think Juliana Miller had potentially leveled down. She's doing a fuck ton outside the octagon, as we know, that we don't need to get into. And I just don't know if she's fully in the game anymore. So for me, I feel like it's going to be sloppy. I think it's low level. I think Juliana Miller has potentially better cardio. I think she's more gritty. I think she has better determination. I know she has, laid an egg in some fights, but if she gets in top position, she's kind of gritty. She throws hammers, bro, from top position, and she kind of spazzes out. And I have seen Petrovic do some very, very poor things in the wrestling and be taken down by girls who are not good wrestlers. So what's to say this fight doesn't go on the ground? You know, like, I mean, it probably will. Petrovic will probably try to take her down. And I could see Miller getting on top at some point. If it stays on the feet, I don't know, man. Petrovic is probably the better striker, but I think Miller just is a bit more tough, throws more volume, would come forward and can make it ugly. Boys, this is not a fight I should be talking about for the last 3 or 4 minutes. So I'm going to pass it on to you guys. I will say that the under is not bad. You know, Miller, if she gets on top, could finish. Miller's so shit that potentially Petrovic could finish. But watching a Liang fight, I mean, she barely fucking finished that one. And Liang, like, I think if I have a daughter tomorrow, I think in a few weeks she'll be able to finish Na Liang in round 3. So I don't take anything away from that, honestly. So yeah, I guess under maybe, but that's a big pass for me.
Should I go or?
Yeah, bro, you go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like my girl Juliana Miller here. I think she gets the job done more than the line entails, just due to the fact that both women are kind of shit. When I was watching film for this fight, I literally was laughing. Like, it was more funny than me than actually like, oh, this is skill. Like, I was laughing like, oh my God, dude, like, what the fuck is this? She's falling, Petrovic's falling for heel hooks, getting rocked by girls that she shouldn't be getting rocked by. Fucking getting taken down by Na Liang. Na Liang completely gassing. I just think that at 1.8 subs per 15 minutes here, training with people like Boogie Martinez, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, she goes for those arm bars. Petrovic, I really don't know the level her defensive jiu-jitsu is at. She hasn't really fought people who are going for it. I'll take Miller by sub here. Small sprinkle. Miller money line, I think, is the plus EV side as well.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Not terrible.
What's that?
Miller sub 700.
Yeah,
that's good with equity. She fought she's been in jiu-jitsu game for a long time. She's even gotten subs over girls on the grappling scene that are high level. So,
don't you think she could TKO from top position? She seems to like
that. Oh, for sure.
She's a combat jiu-jitsu girl, the combat jiu-jitsu shit. Yeah.
Oh, the palm strikes, yeah.
And she came with Logan Walker.
I went to that the other day. My gym basically hosted it, and I did the commentary for it, right? The combat jiu-jitsu. My mate he won it. He was smashing the fuck out of people in combat jiu-jitsu with the hands. After their face was like all bust up, bro, like nose bleeding. Like one of them tapped to strikes. Like a lot of those jiu-jitsu guys don't like getting hit. And it changes the game completely, right? It's a solid sport, man.
They be going for leg locks and just eating some palm strikes, bro.
Exactly what happened, bro.
Look up Damian Anderson versus, I don't know the guy's name, but Damian Anderson, he's an MMA fighter, knocks this guy out with palm strikes. Brutal.
Jeez.
Brutal.
Oh, like against the floor?
Brutal.
Bas Rutten back in the day, bro. He was doing that at Pancrase.
The body shot.
People hit body shot. Because you hit with the palm, you know. A lot of people were like slapping. But then he started hitting with the palm, and since then,
yeah, the words from my mouth, bro. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, so I guess that's it. I'm just looking on Juliana Miller's record to see like what type of submission and stuff she's got, but she's going for ground and pound and submission quite equally, to be honest.
It's just the lower weight classes, usually tends to be a sub, and I could even see a guard sub.
Has Petrovic been finished?
No,
yeah, I can still see it though. I mean, she makes mistakes, bro.
Low level. It's just low level WMMA.
Yeah, bro. So I guess moving on. I guess we're gonna what should we write down? Juliana Miller, maybe the
Miller. I would write down Miller money line.
Yeah, I haven't done a ton of tape on it, but I don't know how you lay over 200 on this. I don't know. Miller in one fight, she looked actually good. It was against that girl from The Ultimate Fighter, and then the Brogan Walker fight. She looked pretty good.
People thought she was going to be something. Honestly, is Veronica Hardy the worst UFC level player? I don't think so.
She's good, bro.
No, she's gotten way better.
I think she'd beat Petrovic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's not even that fight. It's I know it was round 1, but the Santos fight is not a good look.
She looked drunk.
Santos is 3-1 in the UFC, and she broke her shoulder in the first round. Juliana Miller did.
Oh, for real?
Completely dislocated, and that's why she's been out for so long. That's another thing. When do you see a girl that's been out for 3 years that's like this close of a line? Because they know Petrovic fucking sucks, bro.
True.
Yeah,
she's 3-3, bro. Yeah.
She's also been she's been away so long because she's been having surgery, which isn't good, you know. But fuck no, sometimes people come back from surgery and they look good, so you never really know. But yeah, I definitely think she's the side.
Violence or just
I like it. No, I like violence.
Yeah,
I mean,
either way, but
shoulder or not, like Luana Santos was just target practice on her head. So
yeah, I just don't think Petrovic is a good striker. Like historically, Miller's durable. That was just a weird kind of like. I think she folded shop there.
Yeah, I feel that.
Broken, like I fucking hurt my shoulder. I'm just gonna fucking swing for broke. And literally in the fight, you could see it. She's just fucking yeah.
That was weird. She usually has good cardio, and she seemed like she death gassed. It was weird.
Weird fight, bro.
We want under 2.5, or fight doesn't go.
Doesn't go.
All right.
Let's go.
I know it's stupid, but write down Miller sub plus 700.
No, I don't hate that. And if it's 700 on Bull, we'll get some.
Nah, it's like 700 market wide, but
really? Okay.
Yeah, look out there though. What do we got?
My man Taz, appreciate you, brother. $50.
Hey,
your gens. Not number one vote for Mushroom to be on the show sometime, or are you asking for no one to vote for Mushroom to be on the show sometime? That's the complete opposite. Nah, we'll get Mushroom on. Shout out to Mushroom.
Number one.
Mushroom, my boy from Philly, he can come on whenever he wants. Thanks for the show, boys. Appreciate you, Daz. Everyone go check out Daz Files on Twitter. Always showing love to the community, and make sure you show love back. So next fight, what we got going on, boys?
Let's see. Oh, banger.
Hobbs to trade, baby. Choo-choo.
Good go. Yeah.
Bro, I think for the first two fights, I might just cook myself some breakfast. It's going to be Sunday morning here. You know, cook some bacon and eggs, maybe some grits, something like that, and skip these two fights because these are fucking horrible fights, bro. Don'Tale Mayes in 2025. I don't know what this guy's doing, bro. This guy's coming in overweight, looking fat in his last fight, getting heel hooked in 60 seconds. I think the same thing could happen here. Maybe not heel hook in 60 seconds, but maybe coming in, tipping the scales, 260 pounds, not looking good at all. I guess Don'Tale Mayes on the feet is the better striker, even as his fat self. But if he is his fat self, then most likely Thomas Peterson's fat self going to be able to get his game going because he's more used to being fat and shit, you know. I don't think Don'Tale Mayes is really in peak form when he is like that. But Peterson, he's been doing that forever. So I feel like Peterson's going to get the single leg here, and he's going to rip him to the ground, and then he's going to do what he wants from top position. I don't really rate Don'Tale Mayes on the ground after being heel hooked by a kickboxer, Cyril Gane, especially back in the day when Cyril Gane was even more of a kickboxer. And I feel like Don'Tale Mayes will be a PFL fighter soon enough. So I know Peterson at minus 250 doesn't look great, but stylistically, it's not a good matchup for him. This is funny. I've never seen Mayes win there. He's got no wins in the UFC somehow. I don't know why that comment is so fucking funny. He has won, but I've never seen it. You know what I mean? I know he's won, but somehow I've never seen it.
He got the Arlovsky layup.
Yeah, bro. He knocked out Arlovsky. That's crazy.
It was looking close until that, not going to lie.
True. The Kai Machado one, that was kind of close, but he won that one. But I don't know. He's going up against a wrestler here, which is obviously not good for him. So I think Thomas Peterson's going to finish him, honestly. I mean, 15 minutes on top of someone who has been looking bad and progressively worse time and time again, over the last few years. He's getting worse and worse and worse. How old is he as well? 33.
33.
Yeah, I mean.
He already looks past it, bro.
Yeah, he looks past it at 33.
Look at that apology.
Yeah, look at the picture, bro.
He looks like he don't want to be there, That's how he looks like.
The same thing as me at the same time, bro.
He's fried at the weigh-ins, bro.
He looks more fried than me right now.
Kind of like a fat Bobby Green, bro.
Oh, yeah, remember we said that back in the day, bro. He looked like It looked like Fat Bobby.
Fat Bobby, mate. And Bobby don't like grapplers either, bro. We saw what happened to that guy, triangle choke round 1 and that. So I don't know if it's going to be a triangle choke, but I do think that the Kimura is live here. I think it could be a fat man Kimura, heavyweight Kimura, honestly, bro. You know, round 1, they're not sweaty, and Dontel Mays just like taps out. Dontel's tough, though. It's not like he doesn't necessarily quit, but he just makes these stupid decisions. I mean, getting heel hooked twice is not great, bro. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Going to pass on the money lines, I think, but I'm going to say Thomas Peterson ITD. And I'd actually say Thomas Peterson is the value side here. I mean, like, what would you rather bet? I'd probably rather bet. Yeah, I'd probably, like, if someone said make a bet.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'd just pass, but, like, I get what you're saying.
Like, if I had to bet, I'd bet on Thomas Peterson.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not betting on Dontel Mays, bro.
I need 300 on Mays, bro.
Yeah, I need 3,000, bro. I need no. He's not that bad. He's not that bad.
Hey, dude, this guy got knocked out 2 months ago, bro. Like, are we really?
No, wait, I forgot about that.
He's some.
Yeah, bro. He got brutalized in that fight.
Yeah.
The thing is, he weren't looking bad until that shot. You know, like he was landing some strikes. He was looking kind of technical. I do think he's got better. But Gaziev was always going to do that. I predicted Gaziev round 1 KO. Like that. It's not shock. Like I expected that to happen. The only negative thing there wasn't that it happened, was that it only happened a couple of months ago. That's probably the negative thing. But no, all jokes aside, you know, like Dontel Mays has a chance to win the fight, I guess, because he's the better striker. And if he can keep it on the feet, I personally don't think he'll keep it on the feet. If he does, though, he's going to win. He's the better striker. Kind of like the Gillian and Marina fight. So, yeah, I'll go with Peterson. JB, what do you think, bro? ITD or?
I took the fight doesn't go at plus 106 on FanDuel. It's a little bit less now, but I think, you know, either Mace finishes him on the feet or this guy gets it to the ground. This fight is in Iowa. Peterson from, you know, I think he used to go to school in Iowa, wrestle in Iowa. He goes for those Iowa rides. I think they're going to like him getting these takedowns here. And I think they're going to like a lot of wrestling on this card. Iowa is a big wrestling culture. If people didn't know that, that's where this card takes place at. I think Peterson's probably going to show out, get on top. And I even called for the key lock on Maddie Betts' show. You're going for Kimura. Let's see what those numbers are. Let's see what those numbers are, bro. Because
check specific submission.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to find it. They might not have
California. I don't got that type of love. It's tough.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't even have them up yet. But yeah, I would look for that.
Yeah, I mean, ITD 200 not bad.
Yeah, I just like the under.
Yeah.
I mean, fight doesn't go.
I think I like Peterson ITD better, you know.
Really?
I don't know. Mays, like, he's scary and big, but he's not like a huge finisher, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel you. He got knocked out 2 months ago. Is more so my thing. Like,
yeah,
not really want to be on the feet that long. Like,
very valid.
He's probably gonna go for the takedowns.
What do we like? You want to write down ITD 200?
I like both, bro.
Yeah, I'll write down both because maybe we'll do it.
Mother's Milk. Peterson Mother's Milk.
So, bro, what's the difference between a Kimura and a key lock? I didn't think there was.
Like this. This is key lock.
Yeah.
This is Kimura. But this is like, they call it Americana key lock / key lock. So it'll be like this. But then usually what happens is people go for that and they straighten their arm out, right? And you gotta go through like sequence.
Sub 600?
What, for Peterson?
Yeah.
Fuck, he's got good ground and pound. I've seen it, but I don't think the difference should be that much.
No, I thought it'd be like closer to 50-50 because Mays gives up the subs, dude.
Yeah, I like Peterson sub. I actually called for it on the podcast before too. I just think the key lock and Americana numbers are gonna be crazy. But sub,
can I write that down, or is that too much?
Nah, not too much at all, bro. Write it down.
Bad.
Yeah, let's go, bro. So key lock is Americana, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So it's not Kimura, but it's Americana. I call it Americana. I didn't know that was the key lock as well.
Yeah, I call it Americana too.
Yeah.
Unless there's some difference that I'm not knowing, but I think it's the same move.
Is key lock the wrestling term?
Maybe.
Americana Jiu-Jitsu term? I don't know.
For real, like, dude, I have no idea.
All right, bro. I tested your knowledge, bro. You know more than me, innit?
No, dude, like, I honestly think you're probably just have it's usually like Aspinall got that straight arm bar.
Yeah.
Usually you see like when you see Kimuras, usually guys get control of, the upper body. Like Islam, he's really good at the Kimura.
Yeah, bro. Fucking strong. So yeah, get the fat Bobby Green off my screen.
Yeah, I love that profile pic, bro.
This guy's like the fucking methed out Ilya Taporia on the left.
The shitty
Ilya. Yeah, man. And I don't like, bro. You know what? I might just skip the
methed
first
out
three.
Taporia. Methed out Taporia versus methed out Korean Zombie.
Bro, I might skip the first 3 fights. I might have to have a dessert, maybe waffles and something like that after my breakfast, second breakfast. I know you Americans love a second breakfast, bro.
Love breakfast.
Bro. Fat motherfuckers over in America. Yeah. I was at IHOP every single day, bro. I'm still getting back in shape from that fucking 3-month hiatus I did in America last year, bro. That was crazy.
Some calories packed on.
Bro, a lot, man. Every day. But yeah, I won't skip this fight because I do actually have a bet. But I don't like the fight because I just don't like Gaston Bolanos. I don't think he's a good fighter, bro. I just don't think he's a good MMA fighter, man, to be honest. Shout out to him, all respect to him. I mean, he's good enough to make it to the UFC, but we're talking UFC levels, and I don't really think he's that high level in the UFC at all. And I think we've seen it multiple times in his career. I mean, he's lost to some bad fighters on the regionals, man, in Bellator and stuff. Yeah, lost to some bad fight. And I don't think he's improved that much since then. Maybe his submission defense, maybe some scrambling ability has improved, but overall, he's basically the same fighter. And I don't think he's very good on the feet either. I mean, he's meant to be this kickboxing Muay Thai world champion or whatever, but I mean, I don't think that's translated well to the MMA because this guy's getting cracked and caught on the feet. He's pretty stationary. I don't think his movement is very good. I don't think he has great distance control. I think Quang Lee can hurt him on the feet here. I know Lee's going to push a pace for 15 minutes. I know he's got good cardio. I know he's got power on the feet. I know he's got good boxing. Muay Thai kickboxer fighters are notoriously not great with their boxing. And I think Lee has good boxing, man. I think Lee could crack him on the feet here, 1-2s down the pipe, maybe catch him in the pocket, on an exchange or on an exit or an entry. And also, I think that the wrestling upside is all there for Quang Lee, man. It's all there for Quang Lee. So I don't understand how he's an underdog. I feel like we got the cardio advantage, or if not the parity, I think we got the power advantage in the pocket with the hands. I think we've got the grappling, all the wrestling and submission upside. This is an easy Quang Lee spot for me. I don't know if he's definitely going to win. It's kind of low level. They're fairly similar, but yeah, I mean, Quang Lee all day for me, bro. JB, what do you reckon?
Bro, guys saying Quang Lee fought a bunch of cans before the UFC. You got to start somewhere, bro. And what is Bolanos? Who did Bolanos fight? Is Bolanos record some
they're losing?
Daniel Carey, bro. Daniel Carey, bro. Don't sleep on Daniel Carey, bro. Exactly. That was a joke.
Fucking A. I think people overrate Bolanos, bro. He got dropped at his last fight. The UFC stats don't count it. Romeus is not a good grappler, in my opinion. He has crafty submissions on the regional level, but we've seen at the UFC, the guy just doesn't hold. He get a full backpack and then he'll just fall off and be unguarded the next second, bro. Quang Lee not gonna do that. Quang Lee could hurt him on the feet. Marcus McGee fucking sunned this guy. It's a great loss, but he fucking sunned him, bro. He had him looking shook in the ring. Quang Lee came in on a fucking tough short notice fight against Chris Gutierrez, and then he looked good in his last fucking performance until he got caught. I think the guy's going to be fighting for his job here. I think Bolanos is overrated. He was a huge underdog last time out. Now people want to bet him at chalk. Not buying it, bro.
Bro, I want to say something about Muay Thai, right? I have a lot of experience in Muay Thai. I've competed in Muay Thai. I've trained it for many, 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 many years. And people seem to mistake. First of all, there's no high-level Muay Thai fighters in the UFC at all. They just don't come over. It is what it is. The reason is because 90% of the high-level Muay Thai fighters, I'm going to go on a rant here. The 90%, I can feel it inside of me.
Go.
let me at them. But yeah, 90% of the Muay Thai fighters are Thai, right? And those Thai motherfuckers don't train MMA. They love fucking Thai, bro. They live in Thailand. Their whole life is Thailand. They love the Thai culture. They ain't gonna transition to MMA grappling. Like Rod Tang, he probably hates the grapple. You know, like the whole culture is in love with Muay Thai. It's not the Western MMA. We do wrestling and we transition to MMA. So what that means is if you're an MMA fan, you don't know what high level Muay Thai is. So when you see someone like Bolanos come in, and boy, I'm not talking to whoever posted that, I'm just saying in general. When you see someone like Bolanos come in and he's got some credentials, right? Or even Prates, and he's got credentials, you're like, oh, you know, Muay Thai fighter. No, bro. The only good Muay Thai fighter I've seen really in the UFC is Lo Maluk Bumi. She's actually pretty decent at Muay Thai.
Is Khalil Rountree not a Muay Thai fighter, though?
Nah, bro. He went to Thailand.
Switched over, yeah. Like,
yeah, you're right.
He went to Thailand for like a year and come back bouncing his lead leg. Like he fucked up that. I can't remember who that was, but he dropped him like Eric Anders. He dropped him like 8 times, and he was in a Muay Thai stance for the entire fight. And now everyone thinks he's a Muay Thai fighter. He did 1 year there, you know. He lived there for like a year. And like all of these guys who are living in Thailand and training in Thailand, they're training at Bang Tao and places like that. They're not doing traditional Muay Thai for the most part. They're doing MMA, right? Like Weili Zhang and stuff like that. So the second part is that even if you do get a high-level Muay Thai fighter, it's not very translatable to MMA because there's no movement in Muay Thai. Muay Thai is I'm going to kick you and you're going to kick me. It's 1 for 1, right? You stand in front of each other and you trade shots. Yes, you can. There's different Muay Thai styles, Muay Fima, all of that stuff, which means you're a little bit more movement-based. But for the most part, you ain't really going to move around. And let me tell you something now. If you just stand in the middle, stiff in MMA, you're going to get outpointed, you're going to get outmaneuvered, or you're going to get taken down because you're too stiff. Just like what we saw with Ian Gary and Carlos Prates. People are saying Prates is this killer striker because of what he's done in MMA and some knockouts on the feet. But they don't understand that it's a completely different sport. You know, it's like if a boxer came over, it doesn't translate well, man. It don't translate. So, yes, Bolanos might do well in a kick Muay Thai ring, but I think Quang Lee, you know, bringing it back to this fight, can compete on the feet here. Do I think he would win a 15-minute striking fight? Probably not. I don't know. But he can knock him down. He could hurt him. So, yeah, that's the rant on Muay Thai. You know, I don't think Muay Thai is it's not a good base for MMA. Yes. Obviously, you can be a good Muay Thai fighter and do well in MMA. You can fucking be a good Aikido fighter and do well in MMA if you're good at MMA. You know what I mean? Like, you could be good at both. But I think Bolanos is sun here. I think Quang Lee's going to get his grappling going and win the fight, man.
Then when you got to worry about the grappling, now you got to worry about, you know, the strike. Like, you know what I mean? When you're worried about the grappling, the striking opens up too.
Yeah, exactly. We saw
the hands are super competitive, I feel like, in this fight.
Really? I think the hands are competitive. I think Gaston's probably the better kicker.
Yeah. And like for a Muay Thai guy, he is a kind of mobile, like he moves around a little bit, but
definitely because he has to adapt it. He has to adapt the game.
Yeah. He's trying, but I feel
still
like
at a disadvantage in my opinion. Yeah. Like those specialists, I think the game's kind of caught up to people like that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it's like the best base, like for. I mean that's not a hot take, but I feel like Quang Lee's grappling. If he's committed to the grappling, I think he's this like. I don't get how he's plus money at all.
Bro, like Fiziev, yeah, he looks good. Mm-hmm. He fought at no level in Thailand, bro. He did not fight at a high level in Thailand, Muay Thai scene. Neither did Carlos Prates. Unless I'm mistaken, go back, you can see he had 100 fights. He fought in a lot of stadium shows, yeah, but I'm almost certain he didn't fight at a high level in Thailand. It's just a different game, man. Like, we don't have anyone at the moment who is a high-level Thai fighter, at least who fought at a high level, you know. So one day we'll get it, but at the moment, they're all in one championship if they're fighting. And outside of that, they're all fighting in Thailand. So, yeah. We'll write down a couple of the spots, like money line, I guess. I don't mind submission, honestly. But Bolanos is a good survivor, though. So I don't know about that.
I was looking, decision went up 325 is... I think that's solid. I like money line too, though.
I like the money line the best, but I mean, dude, sub at plus 850.
Damn, it's 850 now. Oh, I went down.
On FanDuel, it's plus.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah. You want to write that down? Dude? Sub.
did we write down?
I do want sub.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I was gonna say like, yeah, we're writing down every sub, but at the same time, like, dude, if he
The
takes
value's there, bro.
I was watching some fights with Quang Lee, and he's like trying to trap the arm. He's trying to do like a lot of good things that I thought, hey, dude, Gaston Bolanos been tapped 2 times already. Carcadian Bonus, I thought could have subbed him if he wasn't a complete retard.
Yeah, but Bolanos is getting subbed in the UFC. Trust me, it's coming, bro.
Oh, 100%.
Unless he gets cut before he's coming. And this motherfucker's a tenacious guy, bro. Like you said, if we don't get it, he's going to try, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's going to have at least 1 sub attempt in this fight. And he probably finishes it.
Mm-hmm.
Clip that up next week, bro. In a couple of days, we'll be clipping that one up. 700? Are you crazy, bro?
Yeah. I mean, you can find 850 somewhere. I mean,
Woo!
the physicality too, like Bolaños doesn't look the most physical, and like Lee, like he showed some decent grappling physicality against Gutierrez. He took round 2, took his back, top time.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I like it.
Gutierrez is hard to finish.
All right, we'll move on. Next one, boys.
Yeah.
Did we write our legs down? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we got Lee. Is that all we want, right?
Yeah, pull that up, Jamie.
Sure. All right. What's next? Marina. All right.
Yeah, like I said, Loma's like one of the legit ones. All right, Marina versus Gillian Robertson. Wow, talk about Muay Thai. Marina has some decent Muay Thai, to be honest. She's actually got good Muay Thai. Forgot about her. But yeah, as we've seen, you know, in Marina's career, Muay Thai doesn't transition well because you're stiff as a board and you can get taken down very easy because you don't train grappling and also you're not mobile on your feet. You know what does translate very well? Kickboxing, karate, point fighting like Natalia Silva. You know, shout out to her. She's fighting next week. I just taped on her. So Marina Rodriguez, she needs footwork to avoid Gillian Robertson for 15 minutes. And I just really don't think she's going to avoid it for 15 minutes. And if she doesn't avoid it, she's going to get taken down. Now, I feel like this is a step up for Gillian. Gillian's never won at this level before. It could just be one of those fights where kind of like, I don't know, like Lucindo versus Lemos is just like she's not really won at that level before, and then she gets found out a little bit. I do think that, you know, Marina could stuff a takedown or 2. If she stuffed the first takedown, you know, I feel like Gillian can sometimes get caught on the outside, second guessing herself sometimes. She usually does end up going for the takedowns and always getting them. But I have seen in a couple of fights where she gets kind of just stuck on the outside. The JJ Aldridge fight that happened, the Ricci fight that kind of happened, the Barber fight, she got absolutely molested in that fight, you know, so that didn't really happen there, but we did see her crumble. So, you know, I do think like there's a path for Marina here. I think in close, she could land some elbows on Gillian Robertson. I just feel like at some point Robertson's going to get her down. I like to fade Gillian finish here because like it's being favored a little bit too much, in my opinion. I mean, a couple of days ago, the over 2.5 rounds was like minus 140, which is kind of ridiculous. I feel like it should be minus 240, to be honest. I believe it is minus 240 now, which is about where I would have it. I would say around 70% of the time the fight goes to a decision. You know, maybe 10% Marina finishes, 20% Gillian finishes. And yeah, I like that one. You know, Robertson KO, ground and pound. I don't think is a sub. I definitely want to fade the submission. I don't think she's going to sub Marina. I mean, you could say at some point it's going to happen because Marina does get grapple fucked a lot and she's never been subbed, but I just don't think it is. I have to go on historics. Gillian Robertson has failed to sub way worse girls than Marina Rodriguez, literally in her very last fight, you know, and Marina Rodriguez has arguably been on the ground and survived girls way better than Gillian Robertson, like Verna, Jandiroba, and Mackenzie Dern. So I think something bad has to happen here, maybe the age, you know, but I think bad has to happen here for Robertson to get the submission, although she will have chances. I don't think she'll finish it. So, yeah, I think Gillian Robertson will win this one via decision. I would never play Gillian Robertson in this fight. I think the step up in competition is way too much to fade Marina. Marina could crack her once or twice, wobble her on the feet, takes the round back, And like I said, Gillian, she gives me bad vibes sometimes where she just gets caught on the feet and she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know how to close distance. She's got a couple of it's kind of like Jasmine the Vicious, but not as tenacious and not as aggressive. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird fight to me. Minus 350 for Gillian is kind of fucking stupid. I guess she minus 285 now. It changed a bit, but yeah. Marina is going to probably lose at 29-28 in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Jillian's going to fuck her up, bro. I like Marina striking, but I don't think if she doesn't knock Jillian out, I think Jillian's going to take her down. Rinse her feet. I like the way she uses her jiu-jitsu to get fights to the ground even. She's very crafty, very tricky. And then I think once Marina's on her back, I don't think she's going to have much. She's in a fight versus Yasmin Lucindo. And in the second round, the ref has to stand the fight up because Yasmin Lucindo is doing nothing. Jillian Roberts is not going to be doing nothing. She's going to be at least landing damage, trying to pass position. She's very good at not giving space, letting opponents get up. Once you're on the ground, she's very sticky. She has submission threats, but she's not going to fall off for the submission. She's very position over submission oriented. She's a high IQ fighter on the ground. I think that comes from the people that she trains with. Goat Shed MMA, I think, is good gym for the ground game. Dean Thomas, very high IQ guy. And then in the third round, Yasmin Lucindo sticks her chin in Jillian Roberts' eye socket, and the ref stands it up from mount. In that position, I just think Jillian's going to be doing a lot of damage, not sticking her chin in her eye socket. She's going to be sticking her elbow in her eye socket. I like Jillian here, man.
Any props, though? Because, I don't know, you want to lay minus 300?
2-3.
2-3.
I need to get some more water. Yeah, I like 2-3 KO.
What's the over 2.5 now?
240, like you said.
Yeah. I'm not putting 2-3 KO in a parlay, though.
Okay. You want anything for a parlay? Money line or?
I don't.
Yeah.
Yes. Pass. I'm going to go get something.
All right.
What's the fight goes?
210, 200.
I don't like it, bro. I think there's going to be a point where fucking Marina.
Marina been finished?
Dude,
she's 1-4 in her last 5, though, and she's 37 years old.
She got smashed on the ground by some people, though. She's never been finished, though.
Well, she got finished by Lemos.
Yeah,
Lemos, yeah.
That's Lemos.
Just thinking on the ground, but
yeah. I feel like she doesn't take risks to get up. Like the Verna fight was boring because she didn't want to take risks.
Verna doesn't mix the ground and pound him.
Yeah,
they don't ground and pound. They don't try to punch their opponents.
That's why I say fade Jillian sub, because I don't think it's going to be a sub. Like, if anything, I reckon Jillian could TKO her.
Yeah, the late KO props I don't hate. Just obviously not parlay.
Yeah, that's insanity in a parlay.
They're massive numbers, bro.
Put them down.
Yeah. Let me see.
They was 33 and 44, but I don't know what they are now.
On FanDuel, I got those kind of numbers. Go to FanDuel.
All right, look at best fight odds.
You don't gotta go to best fight odds for it. It's on fight odds now. They changed it.
Oh really? Oh bang! All right. Is this FanDuel?
I don't. Just click on it. Yeah. It says it.
3,000. Oh wait, yeah.
And 4,900, bro. I bet it at plus 5,000. Or whatever it was. Yeah, I bet it at plus 5,000. A few days ago.
You gotta add those just for principle, man.
Yeah. He doesn't have to go in a lab. You just gotta write that down.
Yeah, bro. Write that down so I remember to add it.
Yeah, I already tracked both of those.
Bro, she got smashed late by Randa Marcos, which is very bad, and Cynthia Calvillo.
Jillian Robertson should realistically be 2 out of her last 3 fights by KO.
Dude, like Bovada has some, or I know FanDuel and stuff has it too, but like the 2-3, bro, I'm gonna be looking for that for sure.
Yeah, but didn't we just say that we don't like the sub?
No, KO 2-3, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Okay, I thought you just.
I don't think she subs her though.
Yeah, the round combo on FanDuel is plus 2,000.
Sheesh. All right. The KO 2-3?
Yeah.
I'm just going to write it down on
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. 5%?
Yeah, I already bet him.
Yeah, good. All right. Next one or anything else we like?
Nah, that's it.
I bet.
Nah, bro, that's it. What's the next one?
Loder, Bekoev.
I'll be right back.
Loder versus Bekoev. Yeah, this is like another fight, which I feel like I don't like. It's weird because there's a lot of like big props I like the submissions and stuff. But in terms of money lines, or I don't really like it outside of Quang Li, I guess. But yeah, this is a weird fight to me, man. Honestly, I don't have a good read on this fight. I kind of stopped taping this fight like within the first 30 minutes of me taping it because I watched a couple of fights on 2x speed. And then I was like, I don't know I don't give a fuck. I don't care about
the same thing.
Really, just like skipped it.
2x speed, and I was like, bro, I'm not getting no read here.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I don't know what's going to go. And I guess Bekoev's better on the feet, and he should be able to cancel out any wrestling. So he's going to win. But I don't really know what else to say. One thing I will say about the last fight, I remember Cynthia Calvea smashed Randa Marcos late, but I think Cynthia smashed Robertson late. No, Cynthia smashed Rodriguez late, but Rodriguez smashed Marcos late. I think I got that the wrong round. I didn't watch Marcos this time, but I'm pretty sure it was the wrong way around. I just want to correct myself in case anyone heard me say that earlier.
Yeah, they're going to try to roast you, man.
She does get smashed late though. Like, you know, she kind of slows down when she gets taken down. Exactly. But yeah, like, I think Bekoev is probably going to outstrike him. But I could see something weird happen in this fight, like maybe someone landed a random knockdown, or honestly, man, I didn't even really tape it, so I can't say much. But from what I saw, Bekoev's going to like stop the takedowns or take him down himself, like win the wrestling, even though Loder, yes, is a D1 wrestler. To me, from what I saw in like 30 minutes, Bekoev's going to be able to stop the takedowns or just keep it on the feet, and then on the feet, I think he'll win. So that's my read. I don't know, JB, if you got any better read on this one, but this is
this is the one fight. I watched Loder. I was like, it's never Ryan Loder for me. And then I was looking at the Bekoev numbers, and I'm like, damn, I'm not going to bet this fight, bro. I watched a few of his fights. The Reese finish was dope. You know what I mean? Like, he put him out. But I don't rate Reese highly. Matty Betts said he was high on Reese. He thinks he's decent. I think Reese sucks. I didn't want to tell him that, but if you're hearing this, Matty Betts, Zach Reese, bro, not him. I can't get with it, but maybe I'm wrong. He's still early in his career. I don't think he's a fucking terrible fighter, but round one knockout against him. Like Cody Brundage got a round one knockout against this guy. Let's not act like that. So, yeah, but it's never Bekoev at minus 380 for me either. Yeah. Hopefully it's a good fight. Respect to both guys. And
damn.
Good luck on Saturday, guys.
Even more, it's a minus 410 now. That's crazy. But yeah.
And you think Loder could win a decision just wrestling based? Like,
I just like if Loder had some better striking, I'd be interested. But like,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like Bekoev gasses because he's like, I think he's like noticeably smaller than Loder. Loder's pretty big, but Loder's not dangerous, you know, on the feet.
It could be close on the feet though. Like I don't think he's going to dominate. But
no, I want some danger from fading a Russian dude.
I will say the fight against Lucas Fernando on LFA. It was a main event. It was 5 rounds. That was when he won his title, or he defended his title, or something like that. He got hurt badly in that fight, bro. So but Lucas Fernando is way better striker than Loder. If you guys remember, Fernando's the guy who came to Contender Series and lost against Cesar Almeida. I faded him in that spot, but I honestly think he's a solid fighter. Like he's a solid, well-rounded fighter, and he's only ever lost to Cesar Almeida, who's in the UFC, and Bekoev in the UFC. I think he lost one early in his career. So, that's a pretty good win, in my opinion, for Bekoev. And Loder's got no wins on that level, in my opinion. But he did get hurt badly in that fight. And even against Dylan Booker, he kind of got rocked in that fight as well. He didn't look good in that fight. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, he wins these fights, but doesn't necessarily look good in them. So, yeah, I don't know, man. And like you said, yeah, he trains with Fluffy Hernandez. So, man, I could imagine a world in which Bekoev can't ground him, can't grapple him for 15, they get stuck on the feet. And I think Bekoev's a better striker, but I don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything we like? I mean,
there's nothing that I like.
Yeah.
I don't have a read on this fight, bro.
Yeah. I got to watch more, but I watched like the Budka fight on like 2X. And I was like, I don't know. Anything you like, Drew?
Mute. You're on mute.
Pass
bet.
First true pass of the night.
Yeah, holy. All right.
Yana Santos versus Miesha Tate. I think this is an easy Miesha Tate spot. I think Miesha Tate will... I think at worst case scenario, Miesha Tate can't get the takedowns for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I don't know what would have happened for her not to get the takedowns. Maybe she's just really old and Yana's okay in the clinch, kind of, even though she's got dominated there twice, but maybe she's all right in the clinch. She's ripped, you know, she's on a lot of fucking steroids. Shout out to Thiago Santos. So, you know, I could imagine maybe a world in which Tate loses that she just can't get the takedowns. But even if she can't get the takedowns, she ain't going to get taken down herself, in my opinion. And she's probably going to lose like a close split decision on the feet. Like Tate did all right on the feet against, who's that chick she went 25 minutes with? Ketlin Vieira?
Ketlin, yeah.
Yeah, she looked all right on the feet against her. She got outboxed and stuff, but she did decent. She made all of the rounds close, basically. You know, it was in my opinion, it was like a 3-2 decision. I didn't know who was winning going up into the 4th and 5th rounds. Like, it was very close. And that was basically on the feet because she couldn't get her takedowns going. So, in my opinion, she's a much better striker than Yana Santos. So, yeah, I mean, I think worst case scenario, Miesha Tate looks like plus 150 on the feet. But if she gets her takedowns going, she could be minus 300. So this is an easy Miesha Tate spot for me. I mean, they're both old as fuck. Like, yeah, I just don't see any upside on Yana Santos at like plus 110. Like, what is her upside, bro? Like, what's the biggest line she can look? It must be minus 150. Like, it can't be minus 180, minus 190. Like, for what? Like, what's she going to do to look that line? Like, genuinely, what the fuck? Tate is the better MMA fighter, as we say, even at her age. And, like, also on top of that, Tate was way better in her day. So it's like, skill for skill, she's much better. She's fought the higher level of competition, way more experience, more finishing upside, more finishes in her career, more higher level finishes. I mean, I know everyone's betting Miesha Tate, but of course they are. Like, I don't understand how you can't. You know, she could look minus 400 in this spot, or plus 150 at the very worst, which is, in my opinion, unlikely. It'll probably be minus 110. So Miesha Tate for me.
Yep.
Yeah, unless she's just washed, you know what I mean? If she comes in looking like anything that we know her to be, she should probably beat Yana Santos here. Got taken down 4 times by Holly Holm, kickboxer. Put in mount, you know, bad positions. Miesha Tate's just grinding on girls. She's pinching the nose of Julia Avila, fingers in the eyes. You know, not in the eyes, but just where the ref wants. You know what I mean? Grabbing the fence. Just because she knows she's a veteran. She knows she can get away with that shit. And, you know, it's going to be this Iowa ref. I think the Miesha Tate's going to have the crowd behind her. And she's going to just be doing dirty shit to Yana Santos. Grinding the elbow. She'll just grind her elbow into you. This is nasty stuff. And I like grapplers like that. Give me Miesha Tate here. I think she can get on top here. And like you said, look really live to maybe even get a finish here. I even think she could get a ground and pound finish, as crazy as that sounds.
Definitely. I like round 3, to be honest. I like round 3 a lot. I mean, her last 2 finishes have come in round 3. You know, I was honestly thinking this is an easy Misha spot. The only thing that kept me off of going big on it was of that Lauren Murphy fight. So I watched the Lauren Murphy fight, and she basically just can't get takedowns and just gets beat up on the feet. And she just doesn't have any ideas of what to do in the feet. She's shooting from like the octagon with her head down and her hand in front of her, following like 2 hands like this.
Yeah, that's a bad look because Lauren Murphy.
Have you never done wrestling before? Like, what the fuck? Like, I thought you were a wrestler, and she's literally shooting like this, you know. But then you know, a year later, she fights Julia Avila, and she's shooting decent takedowns. She's looking all right. Julia's obviously washed at that point, but yeah, that's the only reason I kept off it. I also think Jana's kind of washed as well. I mean, not that she was ever great, but I think she's kind of shit.
Julia came into that fight with like double knee braces, bro. She looked so bad. I was there in the crowd that night. Embarrassing.
And she was off having a child as well.
Facts, bro. The crowd loves Misha too, bro. Like, I was in the crowd and people were like, the crowd gets behind her.
It's an OG.
Yeah, I just don't know what Yana Santos' path to victory is, like, which will look. Yeah, like, she can't look like a big favorite, I guess. So, yeah, fuck it.
I mean, isn't she the underdog, though? But she can't look like the big favorite, is what you're saying.
The line is -150, though. Like,
yeah.
And even that, I don't know, man. Even 60% is kind of too much for me. Maybe 55%, I would say, you know, -125. But yeah, that's it, man. Round 3, you can put down Misha round 3, I guess, but I don't think I'm gonna put it in. I probably just put
money line.
Money line, yeah.
Like, even in the Lauren Murphy fight, like, she was shooting some bad takedowns, but I feel like she gets those on Santos. Like, there were some really close ones.
Yeah, she did look fucking terrible in that fight, though. And Lauren Murphy was 38.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy, bro.
Lauren Murphy's.
I feel like the under 2, like at +250, like, if you think about it, if you have Misha Tate 55%, Santos, I mean, loses by finish about half the time. Like, Tate almost gets to like a 30% finish, like, by herself. And you throw in a couple percent for Santos. Like, I don't think +250 is terrible. Because look at the ITD is 275. I don't hate that.
I went to a my bad. I'm so sorry. I had a story. Go ahead though. But I got a story.
I was just gonna say, do you like? It's tough for me to see someone like Misha get finished. Like,
yeah,
she would really have to be done, bro. I mean, Yana couldn't even finish Chelsea Chandler.
No, yeah, I give it like a couple percent. You know, like I have Tate like high 20s percentage finish, and you throw in like 2, 3, 4% for Yana. I get to 30% there. I feel like.
What's Tate ITD though?
275. That's why I was looking at Tate ITD.
What?
Yeah. And then I was like, all right, I might as well just take the 250.
She's not even a big favorite. That's crazy. The books are way sharper now. JB, what's the story?
400 years ago.
Easy.
Yeah. All right. You want to write the round 3 down or not?
Maybe just for shits and giggles.
I'll take round 3 TKO for a small sprinkle. Stupid bet, but it could hit.
What is that at?
On FanDuel, it was something crazy. On Bet Online, it's bit. On FanDuel, though.
Yeah. 4,000. Yo.
It's a big difference.
I'll write it down just for fun. I saw Santos has only been KO'd. I don't think she's been subbed in the UFC either.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh.
Could be the spot.
What?
I mean, 4,000 is like double the price of Bet Online. That's
I bet it at a better number than that. Let me see.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I bet it at plus 4,000. My bad. I lied.
Still, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
Nah. Let me tell my story, bro.
Shit. My bad.
Nah, you're good. You're good. I'm just busting your balls. Nah, dude. So I go to like BJJ tournaments sometimes, and like fucking Lauren Murphy. I think she might know who I am. Maybe she knows like I fucking talk shit about her. You gotta be careful. You know what I mean? She was like looking at me the whole time. She kept looking at me. I think she was thinking like, is that fucking dude I know from like the MMA break? Because it's a small world, bro.
Of course.
You know what I mean? People probably watch this shit. I know there's an MMA fighter. Who was the guy that messaged me the other day? He's like, "Who do you have picks?" What was it? Oh, it was Darian Caldwell, fucking OG of the game.
Yo, really?
New Jersey legend, bro. Wrestling legend, bro.
He hit you up for picks?
Well, no, he just was like, yeah, like, you know, like, I like your picks and stuff. And
That's
yeah,
dope.
I think I gave him Gage Young and Decision and Randy Brown. What was it? KO. Rude Boy.
Nice.
Both plus money, one of them hit.
Yeah. Hopefully he took my advice. I think he was going for the parlay, and I told him, so you know how that is. It's hard.
Yeah.
I always tell people, but yeah, he's a fucking legend, bro.
Yeah, bro. Few fighters watch my stuff. I message them, but no one's ever said like you're talking shit about me or something. I have done. Obviously, you have to, bro. Like, I mean,
You gotta be honest.
Been doing breakdowns for years. Obviously, I've spoke shit on people before. I try not to though, bro. Like I always, and I say it as well. I've made tweets about it years ago. Like I don't understand how there's some content creators who make videos like this breakdowns and they just shit on fighters. Like this guy's fucking terrible. This guy's a bum. Like you've never fought in your life. You know what I mean? And if you have, it's at a terrible level. If you've ever actually fought and got punched in the head and kicked in the face and, you know, actually gritted out like fights where you're tired, round 3, whatever, then you wouldn't really speak with such vitriol, in my opinion, to like people who put their life on the line literally in these combat sports. I couldn't see it, but everyone's a different personality. Like I guess there probably are some legit fighters who would talk shit, right? Like there are some UFC fighters that maybe would do it, but I think most of that is just hype and they do it, you know, in reality, they probably wouldn't call guys bums. But sometimes when I see videos and people are like, this guy's fucking terrible, pathetic. Like after their bet loses, they'll tweet out, "You pathetic, you're pathetic, you're so shit. Like quit the sport." And I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like you're a fucking retard, man. But you know, it is what it is, bro. Everyone's got different personality, I guess. A lot of people got retarded personalities, in my opinion, though. But I always have to be respectful to the fighters, but I also got to call it how I see it, man. Like,
yeah,
Yana Santos, bro, no bueno.
Oh.
Yeah, can move on, boys.
Yeah, little story.
People who talk shit to fighters after they lose a bet, that's just like some low life shit.
Oh, who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck?
Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that on the left and who the fuck is that on the right? Because I ain't seen these motherfuckers in years. I mean, Mason Jones has been doing his thing in Cage Warriors. Like, they just sent him back to Cage Warriors to beat up a bunch of guys and come back to the UFC. Like, he's definitely UFC level. He's just fucking hittable. And hittable is not good against someone like Jeremy Stevens, the bare knuckle king, the boxing champ, you know, the guy who gets submitted in his MMA fights but knocks motherfuckers out when there's no submissions involved. This guy's got a million IQ because he was like, you know what? Fuck's grappling. I'm just going to go to a sport where they can't grapple me. And so he went to bare knuckle FC and boxing and he just kind of slumped a lot of guys there. Unfortunately, he's coming back to a sport where they can grapple him. And I do think Mason Jones has the skill set to do it. I mean, we've seen Mason Jones take down and out physical David Onama. And I think the physicality between David Onama and Jeremy Stevens are very, very similar, even though they are different weight classes. But Jeremy Stevens is kind of like a 145er himself, man. So, yeah, I feel like we've seen Mason Jones take down these physical guys before. And I think that that's the path of least resistance here. The issue is this motherfucker loves to eat damage on the feet and break you. So I think that Jeremy Stevens is live for a big KO here. I also believe that Mason Jones is live for a KO here. I also believe Mason Jones is live for a submission here. And so, yeah, man, everything screams fight doesn't go to decision for me. I think if the fight goes to a decision, it's a crazy war, like Mason Jones versus Onama, and you won't be hating your bet. Yes, Mason Jones gone to decision on a regional a couple of times, but he's also fucking broke a couple of people on the regional. So, yeah, overall, man, I definitely feel like this fight ends ITD more often than not. And worst case scenario, it probably doesn't even look like a bad bet. So, yeah, I'm going to take Mason Jones, though. I just feel like it's a tough ask coming back to the UFC on a one-fight deal in your hometown, taking on someone who's streaking, who probably hasn't reached his peak yet or will now in this UFC run. He probably learned a lot from the first UFC run. I mean, he's coming back. He's got the momentum back on his side now. And man, Stevens is not really a great fighter once you take him down. He got submitted instantly by Mateus Gamrot. He got submitted by Nathan Schultz in PFL. And let me tell you something now, Mason Jones and Nathan Schultz is very, very similar type of fighters. And I think that we could see that play out again here, maybe like an arm triangle in round 2 or round 3. I don't think Jeremy Stevens has been training MMA that much, considering he's been competing in boxing and bare knuckle FC. So, yeah, I'll go with Mason Jones, ITD here. What do you reckon, bro?
Yeah, my biggest bet on the card, I did a parlay of Corey Sandhagen. This fight doesn't go the distance, minus 105. Maybe swear, bro, but I think it hits, man.
Damn, minus 105 is a dank price, dude.
Yeah, for a little parlay ski. I mean, I think
under 2.5.
What's up?
Is that for under 2.5?
Is that with the parlay? Is that the parlay price?
Yeah, that's the parlay.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you got a steal.
I got minus one. What's the fight doesn't go on the Mason Jones one?
It's 160 now.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Yeah,
I got it at a better number, but not much better.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think it hits. Like I said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think how is there any world this is like a no sweat over? Like
exactly.
No, bro. Mason Jones went over. They don't go in the same sentence. And even Jeremy Stevens, not really.
Nah, he's here for a retirement fight. You know that song? What's that song? I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, bro. He's swinging.
We're like, his grappling looked washed like 3 years ago.
Bro don't even train. Bro doesn't train jujitsu.
He's just been doing boxing for 3 years.
What's jujitsu, my guy?
That's what I mean, bro. He went to striking arts for a reason. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a reason he didn't go compete in fucking jiu-jitsu.
I think Jones sub late could be crazy.
Dude, or Jeremy catches him. When this guy fucking...
Oh, yeah, I don't hate that.
When this guy knocks people out, they don't fucking move.
What is that at? Okay,
who the fuck said that?
Who the fuck is that?
He said that to McGregor.
No, I know. Sorry, I meant to be McGregor.
Yeah.
Who the fuck said that?
Yo, wait, 700-800 for KO. I mean, that's not like terrible.
Marcel, let me tell you something. You're going to be exposed to people's opinions on TV. I know. And so they are also exposed to my opinion that their opinions are retarded. You know, I'm not trying to cancel them. I'm not saying they can't say that, but I have an opinion on their opinion. You know, it's like we see the world differently. I see the world differently to the people who talk big, tough guy shit about other fighters. I'm not trying to cancel them. I just think they're retarded.
Some people think I look like Shara Bullet, and some people think I look like MMA Guru.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. You kind of look like both, to be honest. Neither of those are retarded. And Tanner Bozer as well.
Yo, that's a throwback. From COVID, bro? He was nice.
Bro, he did them leg kicks, bro. The heavyweight that always went to a decision somehow.
Yeah. Canadian.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. I just thought that was funny. Oh,
no,
shit.
True.
Are we like fight doesn't go?
Love. Yeah, bro. Definitely love that one, bro.
Yeah, I put that as it's like my biggest play on the card.
Once in a while, though, you are allowed to call a fighter a bum because they legitimately are. Like, I've seen some fights, bro, and I'm like, wow. Like, you're literally a professional fighter. There's 80%.
Like, I might not even be scared to run into you after I called you a bum.
Bro, literally 80% of the people in my gym who compete would beat you up, and they're like 1-4 amateur or whatever they are. Like, seriously, bro, there are some fighters who somehow make it to the fights that I watch. Usually it's like Bellator. You know, usually it's Bellator. Like Bellator have legitimate, road sweepers, bin men,
cab drivers and shit.
Yeah, like legit. You know, they have full-time job. They don't train a lot, and then they just call them when they're in their hometown. You know, like they'll just call the gym and they'll be like, "Do you have any MMA fights?" They're like, "Yeah, this guy's 1-0." Like, okay, yeah, sweet, but he's like terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I was hating on Moonies a little bit. I thought that was pretty weak last week.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That was fishy, bro.
Conspiracy time.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
JB entered the chat. No, I think he just got caught, bro, like with a match, you know, in a weird place. But bro, I thought GTD was like god level bet for 4.5 minutes. I was like, oh, I'm a genius. That's it, bro. Like,
it didn't, bro.
No one could talk shit anymore. I'm a genius. And I was
That's how
like,
it goes, bro.
I'm a fucking retard, bro. As soon as he got hit, like, we are so back, and it is so over now. As soon as he got hit.
Yeah, it was always a possibility. All right, next one. Is this what we like for that one?
Yeah. Do you think it would be? You know what's crazy? I don't think Mason Jones has ever got a submission.
He's gotten 3.
He has like a couple, but
and that's how you know that this fucking he trains at a BJJ gym, and like, dude, that's how you know this guy is gonna get a sub because the number's like plus 350. They're fucking hip to it, bro.
Yeah.
Mason Jones gets sub this Saturday, and Jeremy Stevens retires from MMA.
Oh, bro, he got 2 subs, one on his debut, and then one on his 4th fight. So, yeah, he hasn't got any since 2018. I didn't even watch those fights, bro.
That's crazy that it's that close when he hasn't really subbed anyone.
Yeah, because this dude gets subbed by fucking Mateus Gamrot, who can't sub fucking anybody at the UFC level, and this guy hasn't trained fucking jiu-jitsu in fucking 8 years.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But I could see like a fucking beat down on the ground, bro. Like
me too.
Yeah,
elbows. But yeah, that's it, boys. We've been on that one for a while.
They're not gonna want to stop the fight, I think, because it's Stevens. But we'll see.
I could see that too. Him taking an absolute beating and then not stopping it.
My guy, Cam Bam Smotherman. I love this dude, bro. Babyface killer.
Bro. What we got going on? Oh yeah, all right, boys. I don't have a good read on this one, but you know what? As the fight gets closer and closer, I kind of want to fade the steam, bro, and go on Ciddi here because I think Smotherman might be getting overrated for that Hadley performance, which, in my opinion, Hadley didn't show up to that fight. And at the end of the day, man, like Hadley's not really that good. Like, I don't know, Hadley's weird. If he's having grappling success, you know, he can submit you like he did the other day with the twister, or like he did in Dana White's Contender Series against the guy who fought recently against Sumudaji. You know, like he can have some success, but on the feet, he don't really have much, bro. You know, dropped by Charles Johnson, beat up by Cam Smotherman, beat up by Cowlan Loughran. He beat up Cowlan Loughran, but even in that fight, it was kind of like Jake Hadley doesn't have a lot of power, bro. He doesn't have a lot of power. He doesn't have that much like
couldn't fucking bust it great.
No, bro, he doesn't have a lot of power and he doesn't have a lot of presence in the octagon. Like Ciddi has decent power and he's going to throw a million strikes and he has a lot of presence. You know, he's going to keep walking forward. He's going to wear you out, tire you. I don't really feel like we should overrate this guy that much. This could honestly be one where a Romero versus Timmy Kawamba one, where like the guy had his debut in the UFC and he looked good, you know, against a fighter who people respected. And now they're over-respecting him on the money line now. Now, I know he's an underdog here. I'm not saying it's a direct comparison, but I don't know, bro. I think stylistically, like Cam Smotherman, for him to win the fight, he's either got to knock Ciddi down or out, which is possible because this guy gets hurt a lot because of how reckless he is. I think he's got a good recoverability and good chin. I'd actually be surprised in a Smotherman knockout. It's not impossible, though, because I've seen Ciddi hurt, but I would be surprised. I feel like he's kind of just got to, you know, for 15 minutes, he's always got to be on point, cracking, and he's got to have a very good performance to win. You know, like a Garrett Armfield one. Garrett Armfield had a very good performance there, and he still didn't win. You know, I feel like he won, but he still didn't win. I mean, it was a bad decision. I bet on Armfield, bro. Like, it was a bad decision, but like watching it back, I don't think it was the worst. I don't think it was as bad as I thought at the time. Like, Ciddi still did a lot in that fight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he won, but he did a lot, bro. Like, he gave a lot for the judges to look at. That's why the Roman Tavares fight was a split as well. Like, I feel like
I thought he won.
He probably edged it, but like, I don't, like, maybe not. But he still gave a lot for the judges to look at, and one judge did give it. I just feel like in this fight, bro, he's gonna give a fucking lot. You know, he's gonna push harder. I think his output is fucking. I think he's got better kicks. I think his output is more. I think his grit and determination are more. I think he's got a better chin. I think he's got better cardio, probably. I think he's got maybe more grappling upside. I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, no, I do think he's got more grappling upside. Like, I think there's a lot in the side of Ciddi here. Now, the way I see him losing the fight, he gets knocked out, right? Which I would kind of be surprised at. I think he could get knocked down. I don't think he'll get knocked out. He gets knocked down, so he loses moments. But, bro, he could get knocked down and still win the round, like he did against Garrett Armfield. You know, so it's not even a guarantee. If Smotherman doesn't knock him out, I feel like he's going to come back and put crazy pace and pressure on him. So, because he's did it against Armfield, and I lost my bet based on it. You know, Armfield was cracking him on the feet, big shots, and they still give the round to Ciddi because the guy's just never stopping. So, yeah, man, I feel like Ciddi has a lot going in his favor. Smotherman has some advantages, clean 1-2, clean boxing in general, puts together some good strikes, but I think Ciddi's going to pile on the pressure consistently. And I was going back and forth about this fight. You know, I feel like it's a volatile fight. I was thinking of playing Ciddi late, but then I was like, fuck. But, you know, the way he just comes forward, Smotherman could also get him late, you know. So, I feel like that doesn't go to decision. Could be pretty good. I mean, Smotherman's chin is not good, bro. Like, Smotherman's chin, he's been dropped multiple times on a regional scene, got knocked out brutally against the bum. So I think he could get fucking hurt here. I think Cam's a bit more skillful. You know, like he's a bit better put together. But at the end of the day, this is a fight, man. And Ciddi, I'm going to back Ciddi all day in a dogfight. And if the line keeps on coming down, let me see where it is now. What's the line at the moment? If the line keeps on coming down,
130. Around there.
I'm gonna have to fade the steam, bro. Because like I said, man, he's already got beat by a bum. Like, if you're getting knocked out by Grigori, I don't think that's a good look, bro. Like, I know it happened early, but Ciddi knocked out Tavares early, so like it's not like he can't crack early as well. He's not just a pace and pressure guy. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ciddi here. I favor Ciddi in this fight. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. JB, what do you reckon?
Yeah, this is an interesting fight, bro. I get what you're saying with the grappling. I think Cam's improved there. He was getting taken down by Kus, but Kus is primarily a grappler. Ciddi has some grappling, but I think he likes to strike mainly. I could see him trying to mix it in, but Smotherman's a short guy. It's going to be hard to get to his legs easily, but when you can, he has good takedown defense, especially up against the cage. It's when you could put him on his back that you could kind of take advantage of him. But, you know, training at Lobo Gym instead of Metro Fight Club, I think is going to be a huge difference for this guy, Cam Smotherman. You know, he was training with Adrian Yanez in a gym that was completely, you know, a lot of the guys at that gym started moving out of there when Sal Solis died because he was the main coach, and then Yanez had to take over. Smotherman, I believe, was one of the people that stuck there, but eventually wound up making the move recently to the Lobo Gym, and he looked way better in the Hadley fight, in my opinion. I know you said Hadley probably it's different style matchups. I completely agree with that. Like, Hadley can't bust a grape at the end of the day. Smotherman doesn't have the best chin. That would be my worry here, but I think that he's the better fighter in the stand-up. I think he's going to have the cleaner boxing. I think he's got high IQ as well. And we're going to see a good fight from him here. I think this is closer to 50-50. So I'm going to just go with Smotherman here, but I don't think there's much value on it left.
Yeah, fair enough, bro. Zah, you got to read on this one because this is a very interesting fight to me.
I actually like kind of have a take here. So Ciddi and Tate were like my two plays I did like pre-tape. Just they were both plus money, and I just thought that was crazy. And then when I did tape Ciddi, my notes were like really similar to yours, James. like I think it's probably all kickboxing, but if there is any grappling upside, it's got to be Ciddi. But Smotherman is looking a lot better. Like he looks harder to control than he used to be. And I think it's competitive on the feet. Smotherman probably cleaner boxing, like more put together. But I feel like Ciddi goes for it more. Like I know he is reckless and he can be hit. So yeah, both guys could get cracked just because Ciddi is more reckless, but I feel like he still has the finishing upside because he has the much better chin. Like I think it's proven he does have the better chin. And he has a size length advantage. And I feel like he just does more for the judges. Smotherman has had a lot of close fights in the regional scene. It's not like bad competition, but, and to be fair, it was against a lot of grapplers, but he has been cracked by lower competition, like kind of consistently loses rounds. And I do think his chin is like not the best. So finishing upside, competitive on the feet, a little bit of grappling upside for Ciddi. I do favor him. And I think the KO plus, it was like plus 350 when I looked earlier today for Ciddi. I think that's kind of crazy.
Ain't no way a guy from Canada fucking beating a guy from Houston, Texas, bro. It's not happening, bro.
I have him. I have Ciddi's like slight favorite. Like I think the line's closer. I do like that KO.
Bro.
I know.
Yeah.
Anything we like?
What do you guys? Someone mentioned in the chat. Who do you guys think is a better boxer, Tavares or Smotherman?
I think just pure boxing. Tavares. I think boxing, like for MMA, Smotherman.
I think Tavares, yeah, and then Tavares may be a little more dangerous.
I think I know it sounds crazy. I just think like the higher defensive IQ fighter is Cam Smotherman. Like he does things that are more suited for MMA, whereas Tavares is kind of like a pure boxer. He's out there like big head movement, all these things. Like he looks like a boxer. So, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. What about fight doesn't go? You guys like that?
I would kind of be surprised by a Smotherman knockout. I'm not gonna lie. Like I could see him easily being like cracking Ciddi, but
I don't think he knocks him out. I think
I don't know. I would be kind of surprised by that, but I would not be surprised by a Ciddi finish. I'll say that.
I mean, he got knocked out.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if Ciddi gets cracked and like knocked down, but like I would be surprised if it converts into a finish.
Yeah,
so
I have that written down. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
you can do like some crazy same game parlays here. Like both guys get a knockdown,
and he goes distance or some shit. Yeah.
That would be mad.
I think Ciddi KO plus 350 is pretty juicy, and that's on Bet Online, so you could probably find better later in the week.
I feel like he's kind of opportunistic. Like I wouldn't rule out a club and sub. You know, if Ciddi hurt him.
Yeah. Wait. What's ITD? Sorry.
265. I saw.
Yeah. Anything we want to write down, or
who's your boy? Alpha Tips. Yeah. Nah, I'm good on this one, bro. I mean, we disagree. Yeah, I like Smotherman. He's kind of a character. I know a lot of people don't know him,
he seems like a good dude.
The Zesty guys, they like getting taken down. Word to Pate and Talbot. So Ciddi might have some grappling upside here. They like to be on their back.
Hey, my guy training with Lopes now, though. Don't forget, bro. Diego Lopes, bro.
Oh, damn, bro.
We
got to catch the narrative in, bro.
I don't know if Smotherman survives that beating, bro, in round 2 that Tavares had. Like, I had Tavares money line, and, like, he dropped Ciddi round 2, and, like, he still lost the round, which was crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. He could get knocked down and then still come back and win the round, bro. Or like hurt, you know, or cracked.
Yeah.
And still
but he got dropped, like, clean, like, on his back and got up and won the round. That was nuts.
I bet on Tavares, bro. I know I was sweating in that decision.
Same. I was like, bro, we're in Canada. Like, oh, it was like plus 170 too. Like, it was a good price.
Yeah, that was a solid price, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I look like minus 110, man. That was solid bet, but doesn't mean it's gonna hit.
We moving?
Nothing on this one?
Nah, personally, I don't like anything.
Yeah. All right, man, we're getting to the good stuff here.
Yeah, bro. Oh, yes, my boy. Daniel Marcos. I love this guy, bro.
Cool
I
ass,
bet
yeah.
Marcos every fucking fight. That is Daniel Marcos, right? Yeah. Daniel
Yeah.
Marcos fighting Montel Killer Jackson. You know, I like Marcos in this spot, but I'm biased, boys. But why wouldn't I be biased? He's cashed me every single ticket I've ever bet on him, including props, decision, ITD, all of that. So I just don't understand how you can get to minus 200 Montel Jackson. I mean, I know it's hard to bet against Montel Jackson, right? Like, it's not easy click. It's like, it's Montel Jackson. He's so good. Like, I know it's hard to bet against him. Sometimes it's very hard to bet against these people, but this is a necessary bet, in my opinion, man. This is definitely a necessary bet, boys. I mean, Daniel Marcos is the best striker that Montel Jackson has ever fought in his entire career. And yes, I'm including Julio Arce in that. Of course, I'm including Julio Arce. Daniel Marcos' stance switches on the feet, his knees down the middle, his eyes in the pocket, his combinations. This guy will throw a 5-punch combination and end it with a kick, bro. You don't see that in MMA. Word to Ilia Topuria on the Joe Rogan podcast, where he said people do not throw 6, 7 combinations in MMA. They do 1, 2, 3 maximum. This is where Ilia Topuria always knocks everybody out, because he throws a 1, 2, 3 and then a 3, 2 and then another hook, right? That's where he catches you, pushes you back up against the cage with the strikes, and then everyone in MMA then steps out, but he doesn't. He throws another couple of strikes, and that's what Daniel Marcos does, bro. He will throw like 3 strikes and then he'll throw another 2. Like, he's a very, very good striker, man, and I don't think people understand the footwork, the distance management, the range control, and the weapons that Daniel Marcos has on the feet. He's got a lot of fucking weapons on the feet, man, and Montel hasn't seen these weapons before. Now, Montel, a lot bigger, a lot more of a reach advantage. If I'm not mistaken, it's over 5 inches of reach advantage. Yeah. How much? I can't see exactly.
6.5. Sorry.
6.5 reach advantage. So obviously that's a lot, right? It's not easy to get past that reach advantage, especially someone like Marcos. He likes to have the reach himself, or at least be at parity. But man, I think he's such a good striker that he's going to be able to navigate the reach advantage, get on the inside, land a couple of shots, step back, clinch elbows, knee to the body. I really, really fucking like Marcos' striking, and I don't think Montel has the skill set to deal with Marcos' striking. Now, he does have the power and the physicality and the grappling advantage. And that's where the fight gets a little, and potentially the cardio advantage. That's where the fight gets a little bit tricky. I honestly think at times Marcos can school Montel Jackson. I think he's going to beat up that lead leg, boot it out. I think the lead leg's going to be damaged. I think he's going to boot that thing off for fun all day, like a football player. But I don't know if he can get around that straight hand that seems to drop everybody. Like, at some point, because the thing is, Daniel Marcos does put himself in danger at times. He does get hit. He doesn't get hit with the eye-catching shots. It's weird because you go back on UFC stats and, like, he's getting hit by a lot of strikes. Like, he takes a lot of strikes, right? You see it. But, you know, like, people are landing 60, 70 strikes on him. But then you watch the fight and it's like, no one's really landing that much. Like, yes, Yanez hurt him, like, he can be cracked. But for the most part, he's outskilling these people on the feet. He's outpointing them. He's outskilling them. All the eye-catching shots are going to Marcos. But he does still take, hits. So Montel could potentially catch him with that straight hand. I mean, his knockdown rate is fucking insane. He's dropped so many people. So I would be stupid to completely discount it. But I honestly don't think it's going to play a part like it has in other fights, man. I mean, I got to stick to my guns now. I've gone full blaze on Daniel Marcos, and I just feel like Daniel Marcos is too high level on the feet to not compete in this fight. I think where the line opened up about a pick'em, I think that was accurate. I think the bookies got it right on that one. I think the bookies were sharp. I think the price setters were sharp. And I think that the line is square. I think the line's square. I think people are buying into the Montel Jackson hype because he is undefeated in many, many fights. But Marcos is as well. But obviously, I feel like Montel's got more hype. Marcos gasses out in every third round. But guess what? He lands big shots in every third round, wins most third rounds, even when he gets gassed out, and drops people in third rounds as well. Go back to Castaneda fight. He dropped Castaneda clean. And I just don't feel like Montel Jackson has the pace and pressure style to gas out Marcos what you need to do. You need to gas out Marcos if you're going to win the fight, because otherwise he's going to style on you. He's got too many tricks and stance switches. So I don't think Montel Jackson has the style to gas him out. I still feel like round 3 is going to be a bit sweaty. He probably will slow down. But I think at that point, Montel's going to be beat up a little bit. So Daniel Marcos for me, money line side, picking him outright, fading it. Let's fucking go. My man Matty Betts is saying I'm selling him on it. I'm sorry, bro. He sells it for us, but I have to sell it to you because I really think Marcos is kind of special on the feet if his cardio holds up. So, yeah, that's my breakdown, man. JB, tell us what you're thinking, bro.
Yeah, I was just talking with my guy, and he was telling me, he has the cycle parlay. My man's made his own bet. He made his own parlay. And then he said to me that he's struggling with the decision. I told him, hey, why don't you come join Parlay Madness right now? Come watch. So I sent him the link. And then this is the fight he comes here for, man. You might have just cashed him a bet, bro. You might have just cashed him a bet.
Big price as well. That's a big price. Jamie, what's it looking at?
275. I was looking at it earlier today.
It got hit, bro. It was plus 325 last night. And I know because I recorded a video for it, one of my parlays.
I was just talking bet online. You can definitely, there's 300s out there right now. That's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if people are overrating the power. You know what I mean? Like people I feel like bettors sometimes fall in love with power. Like they want to bet the finisher,
Of course.
Like it just.
People want to see knockouts, bro.
Right.
And then a lot of times gamblers will, people who have been in the gambling game for a long time, they underrate finishes. And they always want to say, yeah, but if he doesn't get the finish, then this is going to happen. It's like, bro, this guy's probably going to – it's like an Ngannou fight. And they're like, yeah, but if he doesn't get the finish – I'm like, bro, it's Ngannou versus Dante Almeida, bro. Like, what the fuck? We see that a lot as well. It goes both ways. But
yeah, overthinking it.
Yeah, but JB, what's your take, bro? Like, what do you reckon? I want to hear your take on this fight, bro.
Honestly, dude, I think that this is closer to 50-50, like you said. Maybe even give Montel a slight edge just because of physicality. I give him some grappling upside. He's got the reach advantage. Power is on his side. He can land the harder shots, and Marcos might. I could see Marcos being scared of the power if he gets hit a few times, starts to shell up and play more of a defensive game. Low kicks are obviously going to be there for Marcos. He's just got to stay on the outside, avoid big shots, and I think this could be a split decision kind of fight. I would even look at the split decision numbers if they're any good, because that's usually how Marcos gets it done, bro.
Marcos can KO Montel in this fight, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard you say that, and I think that's a bit interesting because –
Okay, what's that at?
I don't know. It's not that I can't see it, but I just don't think the number is that good.
Yeah, I don't love
Numbers terrible. Like based on this guy goes to decision all the time, so I don't know why we're not getting a 7-8 to 1.
Yeah,
and he's already a big dog. That's kind of crazy.
This right?
Sorry.
I don't think he's been finished.
Yeah, so I don't understand that price. Why don't we get in some love there, dude?
I know, it's fucking stupid. I was thinking this is going to be the sneakiest play ever. I'm going to get plus 1,000, then he's going to wobble him. And then they get like plus fucking 500 or less than that. It's crazy. But, they're telling you something there. They rate Marcos's power, bro. Marcos has hurt basically everyone his fault. Name me someone Marcos didn't hurt. It doesn't exist, bro. He drops or hurts every single person he's ever fought in MMA, except for maybe Davy Grant. But I'm pretty sure. I can't remember if he hurt Davy Grant. I don't think he did. But everyone else, he fucking rocked and wobbled. And yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny, Big Bird. But yeah, man, I like Marcos here. Bro, Montel Jackson likes to stand on the outside, use his long-range weapons, 1-2 down the middle. You can't get past his jab. You can't get past his 1-2 because he's too physical, too solid. It's not going to – look, it will not look like Montel Jackson has amazing 7-inch reach advantage here. It's not going to be this sniper from the outside performance. Marcos is too good, bro. He switches stances too well. He lays traps too well. He throws body kicks too well. He throws front kicks to the face too well. Montel could get kicked with a front kick to the face in this one. Like, Montel is not going to play his usual pop shot game. It's not going to work, bro.
Yeah.
And
I feel like
that's it.
he's got to be grappling, and then on the feet, he likes it at range where Marcos is going to look good.
Yeah, he's going to throw the kicks, bro. He's going to land some good kicks, man. And Montel's not going to like being at range like he usually does because nobody has the kicking game of Montel, of Marcos.
I don't get how you get past like slight favorite on Jackson. I really don't.
He's been inactive as well, bro. Like, Marcos has been training fucking consistently, fighting consistently. He's got a lot of momentum right now. He believes in himself. He's undefeated in the UFC. Like,
yeah,
Montel fights once a fucking year, bro. Like,
really, like, I saw a meme. It's like he's here for his yearly fight. Like,
yeah. There's photos of him on Instagram with champagne on the ground and stuff. You know what I mean?
My boy smokes Black and Milds, if I'm not mistaken. He is from the hood.
He is from the hood. I know that.
That was his boy. Like, his boy passed away or whatnot. So yeah, okay, you can have a celebratory. You know, like you can have a glass of fucking champagne if you're trying to celebrate the life of your boy who's passed away. I'm not just trying to say that, but what I'm trying to say is, Marcos, bro, this guy's fighting every 3-4 months, like training consistently. That my man Montel is fighting once a year and posting photos of him on a fucking sidewalk, where Marcos is posting photos training in the gym every single day. Is Montel training less than Marcos? We'll never really know. But I know he's fighting less than Marcos, so he probably is training a bit less than him as well. I mean, of course, if you're fighting 3-4 times a year, are you going to train more than someone fights once a year? That's logical to assume, right? Yeah. There's like Dom Perignon or whatever it is on the bottom.
My man got the fucking hammer. Like,
he's fucking straight out, bro. Is that a gun, bro?
Yeah.
Well, he's holding a gun.
He's like fucking some guys from my high school, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You said he's a hammer. I thought he was talking about his hands because his hands are fucking.
Oh, he's got a fucking gun, bro.
Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. My man's holding a gun and that, like, Jesus Christ.
Like, I don't know. Does he have injury problems? Like, why is he fighting once a year in his prime?
Bro, I don't know. I don't know. Why is he fighting once a year? Does
he
anyone
gets
know?
finishes, like, he could have momentum, but like it's his fault. I don't know. It sounds like we like Marcos money line. You want me to write that down?
Definitely write that down, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we could say this and he could get put in 2 seconds, but it's just like,
yeah.
No, bro, it's not happening, bro. Marcos ain't getting clowned by Damon Blackshear or JP Buys, bro. I bet my house on him, bro.
Anything else we like?
Let's go. I love the confidence.
Just end the show there, bro. Marcos money line. We don't even need a parlay. Just go heavy on Marcos money line.
I don't hate that.
Damn, dog, you're that confident?
Nah, not really. I feel like it should be very, very close fight.
Okay. I have it like 55-45. Like,
yeah, I'm happy with that.
Like,
look at that. You just showed a photo of him with a gun, and then it's like, Jackson seems unfocused.
It's gotta be a meme, bro.
That's funny, bro. He's got guns and champagne, bro. Guns and champagne, bro. All right, next one.
Oh man, I gotta get some more pack, bro. I'll be right back.
Just call Montel Jackson, bro.
He's probably got you.
Do we get? Are we smoking?
Fighting,
are we smoking the Jack pack this week? Maybe.
I think it might be the Jack pack, bro.
I think it might be the Figgy pack, but we'll see.
Put him in a spliff. Santiago Ponzanibio versus D-Rod. Honestly, boys, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but this is a similar spot to Miesha Tate, in my opinion. And what I mean is that, first of all, 2 old guys / girls. But second of all, what did I say? If Miesha Tate loses, she probably looks plus 150 maximum. I feel like if Daniel Rodriguez loses, at worst, he looks plus 150. But I think if he wins, he could knock Ponzanibio out in round 1 or round 2 or round 3 and look minus 300. I also believe that D-Rod will throw a fuck ton of volume in this fight, like he does basically every fight, unless he's getting grappled. And I don't think he's going to get grappled by Ponzanibio here. I don't think Ponzanibio has the skill set to do it for 15 minutes. I think he can do it for a round and he'll gas out even worse and easier to catch him with a shot. So I feel like the worst case scenario is D-Rod looks plus 150, and the best case scenario is he looks minus 300 and gets a KO. Ponzanibio is getting wobbled by jabs and Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighters. Yeah, that is who's wobbling Ponzanibio. Jabs and Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighters. And what do they say? White bottles of milk, like Alex Morono, you know, like whatever JB has in his hand. That's like who's wobbling Santiago Ponzanibio, bro. That's who's wobbling Ponzanibio. Like D-Rod, he can crack, man. I know he's not he's got not the hardest punch of all time, but he's got a fuck ton of volume. Like that fight against Alex Morono, bro, that wasn't bad from D-Rod, bro. Like that was a fucking high-paced fight. I want to see how many strikes he throw because I checked about 4 days ago when I taped the fight, and I'm pretty sure I saw like 200 strikes or something. Let me have a look.
Yeah, I feel like people are saying like that fight is like a terrible look for Rodriguez. I was like, bro, like he landed over 120 strikes. Like,
bro, he threw 260 strikes.
Yeah.
260 strikes, bro. Like, if he throws 260 strikes, how many is he going to land on Ponzanibio? And how many do you need to land to win? Against Kelvin Gastelum, in a fight where he got taken down multiple times, and by the way, got back up to his feet. He kept getting back up to his feet. What happened in that fight? He threw 270 strikes. Like, this guy is throwing so much volume in his fights. And I just feel like if he throws that amount of volume, which I believe he will, he's going to crack him, bro. I don't think Ponzanibio can keep up with that type of volume personally. I don't think he can. And I think at some point his chin's going to go. It almost went last fight. It should have went. It could have potentially even been stopped. I mean, Carlston Harris was that close to finishing him. And Carlston Harris is a jiu-jitsu wrestler, bro, like with an overhand. Ponzanibio is probably going to get cracked and knocked out here, in my opinion. And if he doesn't, D-Rod's going to win it on damage. And if he doesn't, he's going to lose a split decision where I don't mind the plus money bet. Plus 105 right now, or whatever the price is. Easy bet for me, boys. Absolutely easy bet. I don't understand the Ponzanibio love. Minus 130 is insane. I'm going to look stupid, but in my opinion, we've got all of the upside, and he's an underdog. So, yeah. That's my take, bro. You can call me stupid, but we're going to see in 2 days. JB, what do you think, bro?
I hate this goofy-ass fight, bro. Give me D-Rod, bro. My damn breakdowns are getting shit because I'm not fried anymore. I need to get the fucking pack. I need Dalby. Dalby, you're going to have to get smoked right now.
My lungs.
You know,
that's a nice one.
Sue me.
I like that one, bro. I like that one.
Unless one of these guys is like super, like, you just think Pons is more washed, basically? Is that
I think they're both similar wash, but I think Pons' chin is gone, bro.
Mm-hmm.
D-Rod's
chin by everything clean, bro.
Bro, D-Rod's chin is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I hate this fight, bro. I really don't have a strong read, so I'll listen to whatever you say on this one, bro. I lean D-Rod, though. I lean D-Rod, really. So.
Kelvin Gastelum cracked him a lot, and so did Alex Morono, and his chin held up pretty decent. I feel like Alex Morono probably knocks Pons out, and he almost did years ago, and yes, Pons came back okay. All right, fair enough. Like, well done to him, but if they fight 100 times, Alex probably knocks him out 50. Like, we saw him almost get knocked out, and Alex didn't really hurt D-Rod like that. And then on top of that, Kelvin Gastelum would absolutely destroy Ponzanibio in round 1. It will be like Michael Bisping, Kelvin Gastelum part 2. Like that, he ain't going 15 minutes with Kelvin Gastelum. No way, bro. No. So D-Rod just did it, and he, in my opinion, he looked decent in that fight. And without the takedowns, stealing rounds at times, it would have been even closer. I think D-Rod all day here. Sounds crazy though.
Not. I definitely don't think you're crazy. I mean, people forget that Morono fight. Morono was on super short notice. He gassed and got knocked out in round 3, but he rocked Ponzanibio 3 times pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like, and we saw D-Rod just, I mean, he got hit, but he ate those. And like, I just don't get like Ponzanibio's chin, like it's not completely gone, but it's pretty bad. And it's like proven to be like getting there. And D-Rod's chin is like proven to be like it's not proven to be gone. Like it's still pretty solid. He's been knocked out like once by like an Ian Gary head kick.
Yeah.
Hey,
bro.
Stacking cream. I had Albertson. Don't rub it in on me. This is Dolby right here.
Fuck. Yeah, like I just don't get like with the potential chin of Ponzanibio and like what like you were saying, what is the worst that D-Rod looks here? Plus 150? Like, I think that's a great point. Like, you got to think about multiple iterations of the fight. Like Rodriguez, he could look a little washed, a little slow. He looks plus 150, loses a competitive striking decision. There's a good chance Ponzanibio looks super slow reaction, super chinny, gets knocked out, looks plus 300. And D-Rod's plus money. And his ITD is solid knockout. And I was looking at this earlier today. This was plus 170. The fight doesn't go. I took that. I think solid. I think it's 40% like conservatively, and you're getting plus 170. 2 old guys, like D-Rod's chin looks good, but there's a chance he gets knocked out. And then I think if D-Rod's winning, it's at least 50-50 by finish, you know?
Yeah. I like that one, bro, because Ponzanibio is still dangerous, bro. Like he hits hard and he will go for it, and he's got a lot of will to win. So I could see him coming back and still getting a knockout. He's done it multiple times.
Yeah, I don't think we're not saying like D-Rod's some crazy power puncher. Like I honestly think Ponzanibio probably has more power, but the chin is not even close.
Yeah, bro, it's just the chin fade. Yeah, honestly, just the chin fade. Like you said, we have to think of multiple iterations of a fight. Unless you're very confident, like when I was thinking Nicholas Dolby, Randy Brown, I'm like, yeah, multiple iterations of the fight, but most of them, Randy Brown wins. This one, it's like multiple iterations of a fight. It's like, this is a horrible fight, right? Like, this is such an easy fight to look at and say, fuck this fight, I'm passing, this is ugly, 2 old men. Just like Miesha Tate versus Yana Santos, right? Yeah. Fuck this fight, I'm passing. But we need to look at it one layer deeper. The deeper layer is, okay, fuck this fight, but why are you saying fuck this fight? Because it's volatile. Anything can happen. Okay, so then let's look a little bit even deeper. If it's volatile, then why is it volatile? Oh, because both guys are kind of washed. Like both guys could have success. Okay, so what does Ponzanibio's success look like? Well, Ponzanibio's success looks like either a KO or a closest decision. Maybe he gets like a takedown or 2, right? But what does D-Rod's success look like? D-Rod's success looks like a KO in round 1, a KO in round 2, a KO in round 3, wobbles him every single round and wins a decision. Or a split decision win, they're both washed. It never looks plus 300 dominated. So you see how we've first said it was an ugly fight, which it is, but then we've dissected it layer by layer, and then we've come up with the probability that D-Rod has way higher upside. You know, it's like what you call this guy's ceiling, right? It's like, that's how we dissect MMA fights, in my opinion. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about it. Maybe actually I'm wrong, and maybe D-Rod has a worse chin than I think, or Ponzanibio's chin is better than I thought. But I feel like if we dissect it layer by layer, I think Ponzanibio is such a clear side. And some D-Rod prop is almost an auto bet, you know, which is crazy on the surface because it looks like such a shitty fight. I also completely understand passing, but I just feel like there's a lot that you're missing out on if you do pass. But I do understand it's volatile, and I'm never going to shame anyone for passing, because if you want to keep your money in your pocket, we're gambling at the end of the day. Fair enough. But yeah, I personally think D-Rod has all the upside. I could definitely see him losing, but I like it.
Yeah, I like with the finish upside, big moment upside, I feel like the line should be flipped. Like, I just don't get it. And I feel like a lot of people, you know, like you said, that, it's a shitty fight, I'm a pass. Like, too much like it's going to be a lot of variance in this fight, I'm a pass. But like, those are the type of fights you can make money on. And people just don't understand that.
That's why That's why I bet plus 350 D-Rod ITD.
Yeah. I think that's like, remember we were talking about it. How is Pons ITD cheaper than, or like lower than D-Rod ITD? Makes no sense.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know if it is anymore, but earlier this was flipped. Remember?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
This has gone down. This has went up. That was crazy.
Yeah. Like he cracks hard, but come on, man. Like this guy, like the only reason this entire breakdown is because of what I've seen with Pons' chin, basically. It's not really anything else. Because I know it's going to, outside of the chin, it's a close fight. It's a split decision. Like any fighter can win. It's a volume fight versus grappling and a bit better technical. No, I don't care about none of that. I'm literally, the whole entire breakdown is really based on his chin. He's 38 years old. His chin can go at any point. This guy could get knocked out in his next 4 fights, and everyone's going to be like, damn, I wish I was on it. Bro, you know, if these guys fight in a couple of years, like D-Rod ITD could be plus 110. It really could be. But we're getting a plus 350 because he just hasn't been knocked out. Ponzanibio's last few fights. Bro, go back on his last few fights, please, and let's see who he's got hurt by. Because it's basically everyone.
Everyone.
Colston
got cracked multiple times, I didn't watch this one for this fight. But
I think Kevin Holland had a broken hand too.
And he
I think he did.
He knocked him out with a broken hand.
He hurt him round 1, had his hand broken round 2, round 3, and still knocked him out round 3.
Yeah, Morono wobbled him all over the place. Muslim Salikov wobbled him as well, and then hit him with a spinning wheel kick and just didn't do anything after. I was watching that one live in Vegas in the casino with a plus 160 ticket on Salikov and screaming at the TV like, fucking pressure him. This guy's wobbling all over the place. His chin's gone. I knew then that his chin was gone. It was only a slight wobble. You have to rewatch it a couple of times to see, but bro, his chin was wobbling there. And then in the very next fight, the jiu-jitsu wrestler is wobbling him all over the place. And now you expect me to think that he's going to fight D-Rod. And for the first time in 5 fights, he's not going to get wobbled. So he just got wobbled in every single fight, knocked out in 1, and almost knocked out in like 2 for 5 fights in a row. And now on his 6th fight against Daniel Rodriguez, who throws 270 strikes, over 500 strikes in his last 2 fights combined, is not going to rock him. This is the first person who won't wobble him. Why? Even if he doesn't wobble him, why should I believe that? I don't understand.
Yeah. I don't know. Just makes no sense. I could talk about this for a while, but
Go ahead, bro. Talk your talk. That's why we bought you here. Well, I explain.
No, I agree with everything.
Bought you here, my guy. Episode 30 of Parlay Madness. We've been doing this 30 fucking episodes. Czar, you're part of the fucking crew now, my guy.
Appreciate you. But yeah, I just like I know I can think into fights too much sometimes, but like I don't get this price, man. So we're writing down D-Rod?
Yeah, bro. I went off on D-Rod and Marcos. If these guys lose, I'm gonna look like an idiot. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, who gives a fuck, bro? Like the read's there. I just don't see how the read is wrong. I don't really see how the read is wrong in the D-Rod.
I don't give a fuck if you even win the bet, bro. You gave me your thesis, bro.
That's
now I, as a bettor, have the chance to reanalyze what I, thought about the fight. It's good. It's dialogue, bro. That's what's needed in this community. The more dialogue I think we have, the more info, the sharper we become.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. The only caveat I would say is like you have to sometimes be careful of letting people's opinions get in your head, obviously, right? We know all that, though. But for the most part, you got a couple of guys that you speak to. I have like 3 or 4 guys maximum, bro. I don't speak to like 7, 8, 10 guys. I have a group chat now, but I'm not listening to like 40, 50, 60 man in a group chat telling me what they think. 3 or 4 people who I respect, who I trade info with, I give them my opinion, they give me, and that's it, bro. No more. And it's been working for me for 6 years, so I'm going to keep it up.
We don't talk really throughout the week either much, like, bro. We're never like really like fucking.
No, and it's good, bro. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good because when we get on stream, then we can like go back and forth. We've disagreed on today, which is good.
We like some props here, right?
Love it, dude. I love this. Bring up this comment for me, Jimmy. And when you can, also.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! This guy.
No,
JP, blame it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Dolby pack. Bro, remember that guy who was talking shit? It was like, James, you portray yourself to be a rich guy.
Yeah.
But you have this guy on your show smoking weed. Like, shut the
My
fuck
favorite
up.
was the guy that you thought was talking shit, but he was like actually.
No, I remember that one.
defending.
Oh, shit, that was funny, bro.
He was going to bat for y'all, and you misread it or something.
I gave him a free 1 month membership, bro.
No, you were cool to him. You apologized for a few minutes straight. Like it was valid.
Tell
Was
me
it
about Tell
miscommunication?
Jackson. Tell me about Tell Jackson. Don't be chilling with Fernando Rodney though.
Yeah, bro. Them man on the street together, undefeated in street fights, bro.
I
70 and up.
remember that shit too.
Hey, and Jamie, bring up Aaron Hernandez real quick and tell me it don't look like Daniel Rodriguez. Like they're not cousins. Jamie, pull that
You're
up.
talking about the football player, right?
Nah, Aaron Hernandez, not Rodriguez. That's Alex Rodriguez.
You're talking about the football player from the Patriots, right?
Yeah, the guy that killed like some people.
He does low-key look like him.
That's my D-Rod.
Who's that? Oh, D-Rod. Kind of. Have you seen that video? You know what? Who chills with Fernando Rodney more than Montel Jackson, bro? Daniel Rodriguez.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Yo, Hood Parlay right there.
Hood Parlay is crazy.
Nah, fuck Montel Jackson, bro. I'm on Marcos. We can't do that one.
D-Rod smokes a shit ton of weed too.
Bro, there's one
I saw a video of him
He's from
smoking like
Cali.
10 at a time.
He's from Cali. He trains 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. Like, dude,
Yeah.
come on. All the time.
I went to a 10th Planet fucking recently. It was pretty dope. There was one comment I saw. It was like, it was Ciddi finish only minus 140. Is that a real price?
That's
Yeah, that's a pretty solid price, but like, it could be a trap. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Do we want any props on the D-Rod
Actually,
fight?
that might be a really good bet.
Yeah. Like even if you don't think Ciddi like should be favored, like I still think it's a good bet.
Yeah, not true.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Kristen. Like, dude, actually go back and watch the video. I just caught a second wind. Like, if I didn't smoke the pack, it's like Popeye with the spinach. You know what I'm talking about? Because I know Zar be smoking. He's from Cali.
Of course.
Yeah, but we
Trying
got to get Zar.
rotate more towards edibles, but
Yeah, Zar, one day we're going to get him to light some Dolby pack.
Yeah, bro. We'll do a live stream, bro, and I'll be fucked.
Yeah.
And we'll all smoke some pack. Whatever.
you got to throw it back. I know you used to smoke, bro.
Yeah, bro. I used to, so I'll get back into it for the podcast only. I'll do a bit of madness and cook up some parlays.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, shout out Damare Sims. He's the one who said Ciddi finish only. I like that.
Yeah, nice one. I like that one.
Any D-Rod props?
Nah, not really, bro. ITD is good. I prefer it over the KO because that Tim Means KO sub is embedded in my brain, and you know Ponzanibio is potentially going to try and shoot if he's hurt. So
Yeah. No, it's too close to like go for KO, honestly.
everyone's saying this, but look, I do think that Ponzanibio is trying harder, right? And he has more grit and determination. I do think that, but I don't think D-Rod has no grit because of that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think D-Rod is completely barely trying. Where is he barely trying?
Dude, he threw 300 strikes, bro.
He threw 300 strikes in his last two fights. 500 strikes combined.
Kelvin completely fucked them too in that fight. Oh, sorry. They like lag.
Are you talking about the Gastelum?
Well, yeah, because he missed weight by like a bunch.
No,
That was fun.
he dogged that fight out. That was close. I mean, I had a little D-Rod decision sprinkle on it, but
yeah, that was all right. Bro, like, I don't understand. Is it because, like, physically he's not looking as good? Some people are saying he's not taking his training better. Because I did think that he looked in his Morono fight, he didn't look, like, as in shape. He looked a little bit soft.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
saying it because of that. I don't know.
But if you watch the fight,
He's trying, in my opinion.
yeah.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Well, he might not, but
I mean, dude, he's fighting across it. He's fighting in Abu Dhabi against the guy who fucking completely flipped the weight on him last second. And then, if I'm not mistaken, let me see. I want to make sure the Morono fight wasn't short notice, but we can move on to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. That's all from me.
Here we go. Culminator. Right? Are we on this one? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Bo Nickal versus RDR, man. I think Bo Nickal's going to keep the fight on the feet because he's the much better wrestler. And if he keeps the fight on the feet, I think he's a better striker. So I think he wins. I think it's straightforward. I think we might have some arguments on the podcast, but that's fine. I'm here for it. But I just don't really see.
Yeah, I did. I looked into it more. I think Bo's going to win, bro.
No, what? No, bro.
I want to hear the take.
I have my notes out, everything. I've been practicing in the mirror.
No, there's just people pissing me off this week saying that, just people. I think some people gave me some lazy takes earlier in the week with René de Ridder, no, not René de Ridder, with Bo Nickal, saying that he went with a jiu-jitsu match 6 minutes with Gordon Ryan. And
I saw that.
He went 6 minutes with Gordon Ryan, he can't get subbed by René de Ridder. I think that's bullshit, bro.
Yeah,
one, it's not even a fucking same sport. And two, if you watch that match, the rule set didn't promote engaging any grappling. And then as soon as they engage, Gordon Ryan subs him. So that's stupid. And then it's MMA. It's the best submission threat that he's faced. At the end of the day, René de Ridder's fought the way better level of competition. He beat Charles Mearshart in his last fight, which is a solid win. I don't think Bo Nickal looked amazing in the Paul Craig fight. He did what he needed to do to win, but it's not like a fucking outstanding performance. I was like, whoa, Bo Nickal's fucking...
He didn't cover minus 1,500 or whatever.
Definitely not, bro. So, I don't know. I think this is an interesting fight. I think he probably gets the job done. I think he probably knocks out René de Ridder. I think he's the better blue-collar athlete, probably quicker. But I don't think he's some K1 kickboxer. I just think René de Ridder's kind of clunky on the feet. Somewhat effective striking for how bad it is, but yeah, I think this should be an interesting one, man. I don't know if I want to parlay up Bo Nickal, but I think he gets it done.
Yeah, fair enough. I just feel like I honestly think this is an easy fight to break down. Some fights, they're very, like the Montel Jackson and Marcos fight, that is very, very specific and technical. And I was mentioning 8-punch combos and stance switches and all of this bullshit. In this fight, I'm not going to mention any of that. I really honestly think de Ridder needs the fight on the ground to win. I think he can sub Bo. I think he's a mountain, strong man. And I think that he can match Bo's strength. And in the grappling, I believe he's the way higher level black belt. Bo's, I don't know what belt Bo is in jiu-jitsu. I'm guessing he's a purple belt.
Purple.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't give him a brown out of respect, but obviously he's not going to be a blue, so he has to be a belt.
This guy could go to multiple jiu-jitsu gyms and tap their black belts. He's a fucking... He was a white belt going, and I heard stories about him going into gyms tapping all the black belts.
I don't believe that story, bro. Have you heard Bo Nickal? Have you heard Bo Nickal tell that first ever jiu-jitsu lesson story?
Yeah, dude, I could believe it, bro. Why don't you believe it?
Bro, he said he never trained jiu-jitsu in his life. And is this the one you're talking about? When he said he...
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm getting this right because maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But he said he never been jiu-jitsu in his life ever. Mm-hmm. And he went into the jiu-jitsu room and they made him roll with the white belts and he tapped them all out. Yeah, of course. And then he made him go with the blue belts and he tapped them all out. Then he went with the purple belts and he tapped them all out. Then he went with the brown belts and he tapped them all out. I don't believe it when he gets to brown, unless they're bum brown belts. And then he went with a black belt, and I don't know if he said he tapped them out or he just survived. You could probably.
It was like he was getting close. It was like just surviving, type shit. You know what I mean?
So the black belt couldn't submit him on his first lesson. I think it's either a completely bum gym.
Well, yeah, that's probably the case, bro. I'm not gonna argue that fact.
Yeah. Well, obviously it is, but I don't know, man. That's kind of it must be a very, very bad gym, bro. Your black belt can't tap out this wrestling champ.
I'm just saying the guy's a fucking ridiculous athlete, But
leg lock, bro. Leg lock, heel hook him.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I know a real black belt. It should never happen, bro. But
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
tradition nowadays, bro.
Maybe it's a completely bum gym. I know purple belts that would snap his leg off in 2 seconds. Bo Nickal, yes.
Bo Nickal.
My friend's purple belt will snap his leg in 2 seconds, 100% on his first day. I'm not saying now, on his first day, that's not a hot take. Or like,
not a hot take.
JB, I mean, I don't know your gym. I don't know your gym, but like, I'm sure you know purple belts that would snap Bo's leg. Like, you must do, right? And maybe not now. I'm not saying now he's a purple belt. On his first day, that's the whole video. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
you know
he
them,
never
right?
trained. Like that's insane. I mean,
That's
he
what I'm
doesn't.
saying.
He's also an insane athlete. Like I wouldn't be shocked if he also beat some purple belts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some. I'm not saying everyone. I'm thinking of like one specific guy who I know who is fucking elite at jiu-jitsu. Or he's probably like brown black belt level. But I mean, bro, you're first class and you tap out a brown belt and then you're surviving with the black belt. Like that school better get their fucking belts downgraded. This motherfucker has never seen an ankle lock or a knee bar or anything, and he just like tapping everyone out. Like what the fuck, bro? Like I know there's locks in wrestling, but bro, I don't think there's not fucking heel hooks and shit. You know, so you shouldn't know how to get out of those.
I remember my first day in the gym. I'm over 200 pounds, and I had some like 130, 140 pound kids, bro, playing with me.
Yeah, that's how it went for me too, bro.
Like they fucked me up, like bad.
Bro, I definitely feel like Bo could go into like a decent gym and like survive with like all the blue belts on his first day and not get tapped out. He's too fucking strong. But like, but if you're in a legit gym, purple belt, like a couple of the purple belts will probably catch you with a couple of leg locks or something, like at least once or twice, right? Mm-hmm. But this motherfucker said no purple, no brown, and the black. He was like, come on, bro.
Nah, I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, but either he's lying or
it's just terrible.
Him. I don't know.
Probably just a shit gym, bro. I've seen some crazy stuff on.
Yeah, it was definitely just trash.
Oh man.
Yeah, like what I was saying, bro. I think this is an easy fight to break down. In that Bo Nickal is gonna get heel hooked, you know, for talking shit on the jiu-jitsu scene. Now, I think I do think that Bo is obviously the much better wrestler, and in my opinion, DRD needs to fight on the ground. RDR, sorry. If he doesn't get the fight on the ground, I don't think he can win on the feet. Personally, from what I've seen for the RDR on the feet, is that he's very, very bad, like very bad on the feet, and almost terrible. Like he's probably like a white belt 4-stripe on the feet. Like he's really, I wouldn't even call him a blue belt. I know he knocked down GM3, but GM3 also looked like Anderson Silva at times. So, I mean, GM3 was in the Matrix at times, and he usually looks like he's in the Matrix because he's moving really, really slow, and everyone else is just moving normal speed. But this time he looked like he was in the Matrix because he was just out kickboxing RDR at times. I know he got dropped, but I've seen all I need to see. And if you go back and see his one championship fights, this guy is like quitting on the feet when he's just like, he just doesn't have his way. So he just ends up quitting against Antonoli, who's a very, very massive human who he moved up in weight to fight. So I understand, but yeah, I just don't see a world in which he really loses on the feet. So if RDR can't get it down, what's he going to do? I think Bo Nickal's I honestly think Bo's probably going to knock him out on the feet. I was thinking decision when it first got announced, but when I run the tape on the striking, I'm like, this ain't going to a decision, man. He's going to finish him. So in my opinion, Bo's going to finish him via knockout.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's like a similar matchup to the like the Paul Craig matchup, but Craig kind of offered like zero offensive grappling. But it's just Nickal's going to be way faster, way more athletic, and DeRitter's had like big physicality advantages, like in his UFC fights, like Kevin Holland in GM3. He's a huge dude for 185, 6'4", lanky. I don't think he's going to he's a bigger guy here, but I don't think he's going to be able to be abusing his physicality against Bo Nickal. And
UFC
he needs it. He needs to be like on top or in the grappling to like have success. And even if he gets on top of Bo Nickal, like I don't think it's fight over or anything. Like Nickal, like his athleticism is gonna bail him out. He could cause a scramble. Like I just think it's kind of slim margins for De Ridder, other than a sub. Like I think the sub, like the decision prices are like significantly like shorter than the sub prices for De Ridder, which was kind of crazy. But yeah, like De Ridder, I think he needs to, get to his spots, have success, and I just don't see him getting it there. Wouldn't be surprised by a Nickal decision, but he probably gets a late knockout. But yeah, what do we want to add on this one?
I like the KO.
Yeah, I think the KO is solid. Oh, it's gone down a lot though. Damn.
What is it now?
150, 175.
Completely different conversation now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at FanDuel.
Yeah. 180, 150. I think anything in the twos was like really good. I don't think like De Ridder's like chinny, but he's just so slow, hittable, gases.
I mean, Bo didn't unload there because he didn't want to get into any weird scrambles against Paul Craig. He also, it was a very boring fight, but he showed fight IQ there, which is something you want to see for a prospect. He showed fight IQ and he won 30-27. I thought it was very close though. I feel like he should have gone a little bit more wild. But Paul Craig also is much better on the feet, way more tricky on the feet than De Ridder, in my opinion. Paul Craig's taller, longer. He's got those long-range front kicks. He's more dangerous on the feet than he's more awkward on the feet, way more than De Ridder. De Ridder's terrible, man. He's got almost nothing except for power. He's got power because he's a big guy. So I feel like Bo won't be as scared of the guard as he was in that fight. And he also would have learned from that fight that he can probably unload a bit more. And so if he does throw some strikes, I also think Paul Craig has a much better gas tank than De Ridder.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot different to that fight that gives Bo more of a chance for a knockout, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Craig, might have a worse chin than De Ridder, but I don't think De Ridder's going to stay at range for 15 minutes. Like I feel like he's going to take some risk close the distance, which means he's probably going to get hurt.
Yeah, bro. Paul Craig fought like an idiot in that fight.
I don't know what Craig was doing. That was a winnable fight. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Like I got no idea why Paul Craig, for whatever reason, didn't really go to his usual game plan, which is going crazy. Like I've got no idea. He just decided to like stay at range for most of it. Tried to do a few things at points, but not really. And then we saw what happened. But I don't think De Ridder's gonna do that. To your point, Zard, De Ridder's going to go forward like he does in every fight and try and get him down. He's going to have to, right? He's going to have to. So I think that's going to open him up.
Jamie, can you pull this comment up here?
Can I do that?
I can. Tell me what.
Cameron Sinnott.
The 3-time NCAA.
Who said that? No one even said that. This bro.
Bro, can you listen to the words that we're saying, bro.
Did you want to respond, or you just wanted me to put
I just
wanted to clown on it, bro?
Pete, what have you seen that tweet before? It's on Twitter. It's like a quote tweet of something, and it's like people will see you say that you fancy a tea, and start to say, why do you hate coffee? Yeah, like just completely just twist your words. That's
making
like the
shit up.
Yeah, that's the Twitter thing, right? You say, I think RDR is going to win this fight. Why do you hate Bo Nickal? Yeah. Like that's the obvious. That's the typical Twitter thing.
Yeah. Do we still want that Nickal KO, or is that it's moved too much?
Yeah, write it down for me. I might just weasel it into something.
I mean, I still think it's not terrible, but it was a lot better earlier.
Bro, that's it. I love pancakes, so why do you hate waffles? Yeah, that's the one, bro. That's the one. That was a funny tweet, bro. That got like millions of views. I was trying to think of it. Yeah. 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 But you know what? One thing I want to say about this one as well is like I think there's a chance that DRD just why do I keep saying DRD, bro? RDR, DND and a DRD, RDR. I think there's a chance that RDR quits if he just doesn't get his game going. Whereas Craig, like, he's not really a quitter, you know. Craig's actually a fucking beast, bro. Craig taps people out with Ankalaev out of 1 second left on the clock. Like, Craig weathers the storm and comes back. Like, Craig's not a quitter. In my opinion, RDR is kind of a quitter, bro. Like, he does quit in multiple fights in one championship. So, yeah, I don't know. I could see a quit job here as well.
Yeah.
If there's anything Paul Craig isn't, it is not a quitter.
Yeah,
he's not a quitter.
He might be chinny, but he's not quitting. Like, I think De Ridder's chin isn't terrible. He's just hittable and gasses and quits.
Yeah,
so I like it. Yeah.
I think Bo could get the knockout that he was meant to get on Paul Craig in this one, in a co-main slot, and then he goes on to, you know, become the true star that he is. Because, bro, like, this guy was meant to be a superstar, you know, when he first came into the UFC, and
yeah, they just rushed him a little bit, I feel like.
Yeah, probably.
Anyone with the last name Nickal I love him.
That's a sick last name. Bo as well. Bo's a mad name.
It's like a movie name, bro.
Bo Nickal. Yeah, that's pretty cool, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys think you think De Ridder sub 800 is decent? I think should be. I think the decision, the sub price should be like flipped. I don't know how De Ridder wins a decision, bro.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
That, like, what does he just top time him? Like, no chance.
You probably got to catch like a guillotine.
How does he submit him? He tapped out every white belt, blue belt, brown belt, and purple belt without training jiu-jitsu once ever in his life, and the black belt couldn't tap him out. So
unbeatable.
Yeah.
How can RDR tap him out? RDR sub should be plus $1 million. Don't you agree, Cameron? Sign up.
Yeah, Cam's got us, bro.
I mean, I think De Ridder's jiu-jitsu is fucking pretty solid for him, man.
Dude, it's good.
Let's just be real.
Bro, legit. That's what I'm saying. De Ridder can definitely submit both.
800's kind of nuts. But yeah, we good at anything else?
I'm good on this fight, bro.
That's probably his path, though. Yeah, you're right. I would say
like,
so.
How is decision lower than I don't get it?
Good call.
Is he gonna flat back him? No, bro. Is he
gonna like knock him down in 2 rounds? Like,
he's gonna tech fool him? Like, there's no way, bro.
All right. Main event time? Oh.
Yeah, bro. That's it. The Goblin versus the Sandman.
I got it.
Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo. I like Corey Sandhagen via decision in this one. I know a lot of people are calling Corey Sandhagen to get the finish, but from what I've seen, this guy is a point fighter. You know, like, the only thing I haven't seen one. How can I put it? Because people are gonna say I hate waffles if I say this like in the wrong way. But I'm not saying that his knockouts weren't legit, but none of his knockouts are okay. I can say this. None of his knockouts are like predictive or high percentage. So the Frankie Edgar flying knee KO. I mean, okay, like anyone can fly a knee KO. Like if you jump with your knee in there and it hits someone's head, it could potentially knock them out, right? Like it's not a highly, like it's not like he's doing that all the time. He does throw them a lot, but he's only got one flying knee KO ever. So it's like, you know, it's not super predictive. Will kick over Marlon Moraes. Marlon Moraes got finished 8 times in a row, one of the worst downfalls in MMA, modern MMA history. We've never witnessed anyone go out, except for Sam Alvey. We've never witnessed anyone go out the way Marlon Moraes did, finished in every single fight for like 7 fights in a row. Absolutely pathetic. Marab, who never finished anyone in his career, finished Marlon Moraes, right? So it was a will kick, and it was a fucking will kick, right? So in my opinion, okay, I'm not saying that they're not legit. I'm just saying very unlikely that that's going to happen to Davis and Figueiredo. The only other one was a fucking doctor stoppage. It was a doctor stoppage elbow. So like this guy, look, he's very creative, right? And maybe he could create a finish out of thin air. He's like an artist, you know, writing on a canvas, Maybe he does this crazy backflip knockout or something. But in reality, I think the predictive way of finishing someone like Figueiredo is drowning him with volume and pace. And I do think that could happen here. I don't think it will, though, right? I can't sit here in front of the camera and say wheel kick knockout is so live, flying knee so live. Like, that's stupid, right? Yeah, okay, maybe it can happen 5-10%, maybe maximum. Now, I could sit here and say, no, he's way bigger. He's got way more volume. He's got way more cardio and pace and pressure. And he could just, unload 200, 300 strikes. And then Figgy can't take it no more. I understand that argument. And I can sit and have a debate with you about that. I personally don't think it's going to happen because I think Figgy can turn the tables at times with big shots. I don't think Corey's just going to walk him down for 25 minutes because I think Figgy has dynamite in his hand, even at this weight class. I think he can hit very hard. So I do think that can offset some of the pressure. I think Figgy can, potentially slow things down in clinch situations at times as well. And that could slow the clock down. I also think for the first 10 minutes, Figgy's going to be fucking solid, bro. Figgy's going to be like very strong, very hard to finish. So you're kind of banking on a late round one. And yeah, just me personally, I just think this guy's a decision fighter. He's a decision fighter his entire career. I don't think he's going to submit Figueiredo, at all, to be honest. I think if these guys put on a gi and grapple, Figueiredo may win via decision, may even guillotine him. He's probably better at jiu-jitsu. I mean, this guy is elite at
he's good in the scrambles,
Yeah, very good in the scrambles, very fast in the scrambles. I think he's probably more dangerous. I think he's got the better submissions in his career, he's got more submissions in his career. He's a Brazilian guy, so I don't think Corey's really going to go out there and armbar him like he did against Mario Batista. After getting hurt in that fight too, by the way. So, I mean, if you go back and look through his career, like, this guy's mainly a decision guy. I mean, Marlon Vera, decision. Rob Font, decision. Rob Font's tough, but you should really finish Rob Font. If you're not finishing Rob Font, are you going to finish Figgy? It's possible, but he just grappled in that fight. He hurt himself. Okay, whatever. Umar Nurmagomedov went to decision. Yadong Song cut stoppage. Peter Yan went to decision. TJ Dillashaw went to decision. I mean, even before that, okay, before his title run, Mario Batista armbar. Okay, that's like the legit win. Outside of that, John Lineker, decision. Rafael Assunção, decision. When he first came to the UFC, 2 finishes. Shout out to him. That was in 2018. I'm basically making the case of Corey Sandhagen to win via decision. I wanted to make my case, put my case forward, so JB can tell me I'm crazy and we can argue.
No, bro. You be talking to me. You be talking to me too early in the week, bro. Before I get all my case in, bro. I agree.
Fair enough. I mean, if you change,
I agree. I agree with you. No, I agree with you, bro. I think Corey's, and if I didn't, I would argue with you, bro. But you're right, bro. Like, that's as simple as that. I thought, I like to ask you questions, right? Like, yo, you think you can get the finish? No, you like the decision. Maybe, a flying knee is like kind of a crazy move, like you said, bro. Spinning wheel kick, and historically, Figueiredo's durable, especially at 135. I think his durability is a lot better. I think he could compete early, bro. I think this could be a lot closer than the line entails early. But I think he will slow down. I think Corey, like you said, will start to pick up the pace. I think his feints and movements, his IQ will be too much for Figgy. The modern MMA game of Corey Sandhagen, I think, will show out. And I will think he'll just hit and not be hit. You know what I mean? That's the name of Corey Sandhagen, is hit and don't be hit. Can he land big shots? Yeah, but it's small shots, and if the opening's there, it's going to be a big shot. But I think Figueiredo's too good to get caught with something like that. I think he'll be aware. I think he'll be defensively sound enough to not get beat there. Late, it could get dicey, but I'm trusting him to survive because, historically he's getting a little bit older, but 37, he's not completely washed. Like, he doesn't look like, Figueiredo's fucking completely done.
Yeah.
Because if that's what y'all are seeing, I don't see it. I mean, he lasted 5 with Peter Yan. Peter Yan's a fucking get you out of there. Way better than, way more dangerous in my opinion than a guy like Corey Sandhagen. Just like overall. Can Corey catch you, like you said, with a big shot? Yeah, but no. And I think he's going to win this fight. Like, in my head, like, I think he wins this fight. Like, just simple as that. I think he's the better MMA fighter. I don't think Figueiredo is going to have much grappling success here. TJ Dillashaw, it was a weird one, right? Because he had torn a couple of his ACLs, and he said, like, I couldn't put my hooks in. And, Umar wasn't able to really grapple him either. So maybe the grappling's just gotten a lot better for Corey Sandhagen. But he didn't finish TJ Dillashaw. That fight wound up playing out kind of close,
Yeah.
But, yeah, I like it here, man. I don't mind it.
And one thing I will say is, like, if you're banking on a late round finish for Corey, well, Figgy suppresses volume pretty well. Like, he's not really going to land that many strikes on Davison Figueiredo. I mean, you can, obviously, in the Brandon Moreno fights, a lot of strikes got landed against him. 5-round fights. He threw a lot of strikes as well, though. And I just feel like Figgy's dangerous enough to keep Corey at bay at points. Like, I don't think Corey's just going to be able to just pile on loads of pressure and nothing's going to happen. It could happen late, though. If it does finish, I think it's definitely going to be late. So I don't mind like Ryan saying these shots here, bro. These are good shots. They're great prices. Like, I think they're value. I would personally bet them. I'm calling the decision, but I would say I like these ones. Yeah, exactly.
If you think I'm sorry. If you think like this guy's gonna win, like he's minus 500, right? Like, what do you think his decision equity should be? At
least 2/3, or
what are you arguing that it is?
No, way more in my opinion.
I was gonna say I think it could be more.
Yeah,
at least.
I think Sandhagen is probably like 10-15% finish or something.
So that's good value there.
I could be wrong though.
Figgy's been looking.
I mean, I could argue it. Like I think that's a good argument.
Figgy's been looking way more durable at 135. Like, I feel like Jan, like, it's kind of the same dynamic. Like, late finish, we kind of just saw this, like, from a late finisher who's more dangerous, and Peter Jan, and like Figgy was having success late. He hurt Jan like later in the round, so like he's not a gasser and not gonna have like
definitely not
gonna look terrible. Like at 125, he would have some weird performances. Like, even though he's getting older, 135's helping him with the durability.
Yeah, sure. I think I was gonna ask you a few questions. Do you think like the cut stoppages and the big knees are like factored in the line? Do you think the 125 fights? Do you think the 125 fights for Figueiredo is like factored in the line, or do you think the market like I don't know. I don't know.
I think it would have to be like an attritional Figueiredo's getting old type of finish.
Let me think of what I'm trying to say. Basically, do you think it's factored in the line?
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
I know what you mean. But he's trying to say like how he's performed at 125. That's shaping the market.
I think it definitely is, but it probably shouldn't be as much as it is.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I think Peter Yan is probably a better fighter over 5 rounds than Corey Sandhagen, and more dangerous and more powerful. He hits harder and more reliable for a late finish.
Yeah,
and to pour on like more volume and pressure, way more pressure than Corey Sandhagen, in my opinion.
I think Sandhagen's decision equity is it's really high. The one thing is, like, did Peter Yan look minus 600? Like, it was like more competitive than I remember when I rewatched it.
No, what do you reckon he looked? I think he's kind of big favorite. I think.
No, he did. I think he looked at least minus 400 or 500, but he lost some rounds due to moments, and I don't know. I feel like Sandhagen's gonna have a lot more volume, but I don't know. I think it could get I think it could play out more like 75-80% Sandhagen. But I do agree with you. I think I was a little low. I think the decision is at least 70-80% of his win equity.
Yeah, I think like Figgy will probably compete early, and that's why I like the Sandhagen decision a lot more, because I feel like I think Figgy will like damage him and land big shots at times to where it kind of offsets Corey's volume and pressure.
Yeah,
I don't like Brandon Moreno's a fucking lunatic. Like, this guy keeps coming forward after getting hit in the head. Corey's a bit smarter, bro. If Corey gets rocked, he's going to reset. He's going to think a little bit. Maybe he shoots a takedown. Brandon Moreno just like, and he just throws more.
Scared, bro.
Yeah, he's a fucking loser.
Yeah.
So
I just wouldn't be surprised if Figgy won a round or two.
No.
Might get a good live line.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't personally be laying minus 600, but I like the decision look is pretty nice.
Can I cap it off with one real quick?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sandman.
That's such a good song, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, I don't want to get.
Have you guys seen that video of them in like Russia or something? You seen that video? That concert of them playing that song?
Oh yeah, in Moscow it is.
Like hella soldiers going crazy.
That's legendary, bro. That's legend. That's what Corey should come out to this week. Da-na-na-na-na.
Yeah, what does he come out to? I don't even remember.
It should be that. If it's not that, what is he doing?
Yeah, bro. But yeah, this is a good fight. I would definitely be shocked if Figueiredo wins. I just don't think he has the volume or pace or pressure. But I think 49-46 Sandhagen decision is like so fucking live, man.
Yeah, I think that's for sure most likely outcome is like a lopsided Sandhagen decision.
Yeah,
bro,
what's our likes looking like, bro?
What's up?
We got a lot of people in the chat, bro. For this late at night, we got.
What are the likes at?
What we looking like?
Shout out to everyone in the chat. This was a good one. This one went long.
Yeah, this one was fun.
This was a good one, bro. This was a good one.
Always is, bro. Always is.
36 likes, 129.
I'm a little burnt out from the back-to-back podcast, and then I did the one last
grinding,
night with my dad Liam, but it was a good one.
We want Sandhagen decision, right?
Please,
Yeah, bro. Please write that one for me.
minus 150. Bang.
Yeah, that's solid.
He's not a gas bag, bro.
Yeah.
Figgy was throwing in round 5, if I'm not mistaken, against Peter Yan. He
I
was
think
throwing.
he cracked him in one of the later rounds.
Yeah,
Bro,
he's a different fighter at 35.
Bro, he was throwing with him in round 5, like to the end, bro. I remember.
Dude, I had Peter Yan like late props, and I was like, damn, like Figgy is still here.
Yeah, and I remember early in the fight, I was like, oh, Peter Yan late props could be live, like just the way the fight was going. And he just never slowed down. Figgy just kept the same pace. He looked fine. They were both gassed. Like Yan was just as gassed as Figgy, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Maybe it's like the physicality, but Peter Yan usually turns it up. I don't know.
This is going to be a fucking good fight, bro.
Yeah. Like in rounds 2, 3, I was like, yo, my late props are cooking. And then it just didn't happen. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, the worst one ever was Peter Yan. I had round 3, 4, 5 against Aljo in the first fight, bro.
Oh.
And I was like, this is a genius bet. And then he couldn't move. He was like hands down. And
he was gassing round 2, bro.
And this motherfucker gets himself fucking DQ'd, bro. And then that was the downfall of Peter Yan.
Dude, what could have been, bro?
Yeah. Oh, well. He's on another run now, but he's not what he used to be.
Yeah, he's not what he used to be, and there's different contenders out here now.
Sandman. The Enter Sandman, bro. We gonna enter the
Sandman.
Sandman.
Yeah, so we hit a plus 7-19 parlay last week, and we're going to try and do it again, boys. This is my favorite part of the show. We get now to the parlays. And JB, bro, I need to ask you a question. When you went on Matty Bet stream, you had the Jew, J-U, and then somehow your name changed to MMA Jewish Better, bro. What's going
midway
on?
through, what was that?
What? Well, you
Did you
don't
see
know.
that?
Yeah, bro. I saw.
I didn't. I think he changed. Like somebody in the StreamYard changed it, bro. I was like, yo, what's going on here?
What the fuck?
Oh, you didn't change it? That's weird.
Nah, I think it was like the host of the show. They probably didn't want the Jew.
Why not? That's cool,
I
bro.
don't know.
Yeah, wait, what's wrong with, I don't know.
We need to hear the Jew.
I am the Jew. At the end of the day, that is what they call me.
We need the Jew parlay. We need it, bro.
Episode 30, bro. Let's go.
All right, what's the word? Who wants to go first?
I think since my guy Lucrative hit a plus 791 last week, I'm gonna give him the honors, bro.
Me? Okay.
Absolutely, bro.
All right, thanks, bro. Yeah. Give me the zoom. Give me the zoom on that.
Trying a Mac. It's like a freaking weird. All right.
All right. Okay, I'll go with Misha Tate money line. I'm gonna have to do a pussy one this time, boys. Can't be hitting plus 700s every week. Sandhagen decision.
Oh, why is it tweaking? All right.
It's between Marcos and D-Rod.
I say you're gonna ride with your boy.
Who's my boy, Marcos?
Yeah, but nah, I get it. It's a third leg at solid plus money.
Marcos or D-Rod? I don't know. Chat. What are we saying? Chat. Marcos or D-Rod? I don't know. I feel like I gave passionate takes for both of them. D-Rod probably got the easier fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely the much easier fight. But
yeah, Marco's like arguably could be the bigger edge, but it's
yeah.
Nickal KO.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
It's this.
Well, would you guys use Marcos or D-Rod? You probably wouldn't, right?
I mean, I don't
Doesn't matter. I mean, I'll throw on what I can find, bro.
Because if you would, then I'll use something else, like maybe Nickal.
Just do whatever you're like most confident.
Yeah, whatever's speaking to you, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking to me. Nickal KO.
Okay.
Marcos. No. Marcos money line.
Oh, Stacking Cream is calling you out.
Whoa.
Fighting words, bro.
Yeah. I know he's fucking
Marcos. Ciddi, bro, this is not even written up there. Can't go with him. All right, put Marcos.
Respect.
Yeah, what's that? That should be good odds.
Christian funny, man. Both you let your nuts hang. Yeah. I mean, we plus
683. You said that is not a pussy lay.
Nah, that's clean. I went for it, bro. You called me out.
Now.
You called me a pussy, you know. I had to say it.
Damn. All right.
Like Nas, you can hate me now. You can hate
what's
me
the word?
All right, since my guy didn't go with Nickal KO,
Nickal KO.
Speak of Nickal, and like Parlay Jew has to have Nickal in it, right? KO, come on, come on, guys. You like that one? All right, scroll up a little bit. I think I know what I want. Jones versus Stevens fight doesn't go. That's gonna have to go in there.
Yeah.
Nice. I like these.
Yeah. And then I'm deciding between scroll up.
My bad.
Nah, yeah, I'm deciding between Lee and Mays, or like Peterson ITD, or Mays doesn't go the distance. Well, what am I at right now, odds wise?
Let's see.
Because sometimes you don't want to get greedy, right? Like.
No, yeah, of course. Oops. What was it on -160? That's not. I mean, that's solid.
What do you think, James?
What do I think? What?
Like, adding on to that, you think a good idea, or you think plus 342, like, kind of get in and out, boom.
That's kind of nice, but depends. I don't know if you're gonna get called a pussy or not.
Well, what do you like? Do you like either any of those other two legs, like Lee or Peterson ITD? Or you could put them in the big parlay. We do like a 3-legger, right? The parlay, the crazy parlay. Used to be Will the Jew, but we got to make a new name, guys.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Well, you could leave that one and then do another one. If we do another one up,
we will. No. I already decided. This is gonna be my parlay.
Okay.
I think it's a good one.
We live.
It's a good one, bro. If we could
catch. Are you guys making one together?
Well, are we gonna do Parlay Lou and the Jew, or are we doing Parlay Lou, Jew, and the Purdue?
I think we should stay with Lou and the Jew, and then we should do another one for Zara.
Just me?
Yeah, or us three, or just you, and then us three. We should do that because we should definitely stick with Lou Jew and then Lou Jew. So me and you will do a final one.
Let's do it. Let's just do a Parlay Lou and the Jew, and we'll all come up with it. Like we'll decide on it together. How about that?
But we gotta have his name in it. We can't do it like that.
The Lou, the Jew.
I'm really not tripping.
No, it's not about you, bro. You gotta listen. It's the Lou, the Jew, and the Purdue.
Oh, that's nice, bro. The Lou, the Jew, and the Purdue. Let's go.
Yeah, he said, "Don't see this parlay hitting now."
Not
man,
Purdue.
we had a plus.
That's like some Indian shit. Not Purdue. Purdue. Like the producer. It's like
yeah. James got it.
Purdue. Actually,
Yes, bro.
Indian shit. You gotta be weak,
bro. Zah looks like Ryan Garcia. You know, I just realized.
Hey,
everyone thinks I'm Mexican, bro. I'm half Asian.
Got
Ryan Garcia. Bro.
Ryan Garcia and MMA Guru doing a breakdown show. Let's fucking go.
Hey, I think Sharp Bullet's better, bro.
Yeah. That's...
All right. What do we want in this one?
You're the producer, bro.
Episode fucking 30, bro.
I like. I was gonna think in some ITD parlay. I was like in Ciddi ITD and Rodriguez ITD. Those are the ones I like.
Dude, do that for your producer parlay, and then we're gonna do a 2-leg like crazy one here.
I bet.
For the Lou, the Jew.
I'll dip. What do you guys want?
Okay, yeah, let's do that. All right. Go up, scroll up.
I want. All right, go on.
Go ahead. No, you go first.
D-Rod ITD.
Plus 325 off that grippo.
Yeah, I want that
one.
Respect. All right, I'm gonna go with Peterson ITD, and we're gonna call it a day.
Yeah,
that's nice, bro.
That's gonna be juiced.
That's fucking solid, mate.
I'm telling.
If it's anything better than minus 120,
oh my god,
what is it?
Funny as hell. You said it should be minus 120.
Yeah. If anything better than minus 120, that's value, bro. I'm betting. All right, plus 117.
I'm actually telling that, bro. Like,
you guys care if I throw in Ciddi KO? I know, or Ciddi ITD. I know it's not on the list, but I like that.
Yeah, bro. It's up to you. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, it's your parlay, dude.
You just do parlay, bro.
I'm just telling you, a guy from fucking Canada and beating a guy from fucking Houston, Texas.
Where we at? I don't know what this comes out to. Whoa.
My guy Czar. No, you gonna do D-Rod ITD? You gonna steal our leg?
Whoa, am I not allowed to?
I refuse to let you.
Okay.
Oh no, it's tough when I wouldn't double up, bro, if we could avoid it.
Yeah. What about don't be a pussy, take Quang Lee sub.
No.
Playing.
I feel like doing some crazy ones, you know.
I'll go.
Yeah. What you got cooked up?
They take this money line?
Nah,
we didn't take that. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
1,400 is a little crazy for me anyway.
Yeah. It's like a.
Mine's a little.
We're actually at plus 22 unit or plus 23 units. I did the math after our last week's cast. Plus 23 units still.
What do you mean? All time?
Yeah. Do you have the stats actually?
No, we're bigger, bro.
Oh, okay. What's the stats say?
Let me see.
I'll probably just stone and then do the math, right? We just cashed a plus 791 too.
But we're in like the 30s or some shit.
As I say, it's got to be 30. I could easily miss some cashes because you have the actual stats. You know what I mean? I'd have to go back.
I got the admin. They every week. 31 units profit with 19% ROI, bro.
That's solid. So if you started in the beginning, right? If you came halfway through, maybe you hit a cold streak. But if you started in the beginning, yeah,
That's fucking solid for a free show, bro.
yeah.
19% ROI, bro.
Imagine all the one legs, the ones we missed by like one legs, or like somebody had a sub at the end of the round, and you know how many bad beats there were yet last fucking year, bro.
Bro, crazy.
Right, and you're eating big on the parlays. Like, come on now.
Yeah, not easy to catch these,
especially if it's like a 3-legger. Like, there's some big, like it's noticeable. All right, we final here.
You got any crazy ones left, Lil? You said you were thinking about some crazy ones.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
All right, let's see what's good. What's the word?
All right.
He's on fire this episode, bro.
Quangly sub.
Yeah, here we go. Let me go. We go Lou number 2, or is this both of you?
Yeah, Lou 2.
Yep.
Like LUTU. Like Lou 2. This is the Lou 2 parlay. Yeah, we got Quang Lee gonna submit that Muay Thai striker who trains in Peru.
The Peruvian
it was on a Peruvian Thai scene. And then should we do the Lou 2 Peru parlay? Like one fade Peru, Marcos decision. But I think he could KO this guy. Nah, probably decision. Or should I go Misha sub, the sub parlay? What's Misha round 3?
You don't think any of the earlier subs are live? Like Peterson or we already have Peterson IT or Miller. Miller's kind of risky. It's kind of gross. Yeah.
Peterson subs, guys. But do you think Tate can ground a pounder? She probably can, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, dude, 3K.
She's only been knocked out. I don't think Yana's been subbed in the UFC at least.
No, yeah. But fuck, she's kind of tough. Eh? Basically, I'm either in Misha round 3, Misha sub.
That's what I'm saying. I don't hate that doesn't go plus 250 because like the ITD is like 20 cents more.
Yeah, but I need to go crazy on this one.
Yeah, plus 270 isn't it?
Plus 270 is like light work. You know, that's a straight bet.
What do you think? What do you think, bro? Like, what are you feeling in your gut? I know we already took D-Rod IT day.
We didn't take any Misha stuff yet, did we?
Nope.
What's Misha?
Did we even take her?
ITD, that's what I was in the 275.
We took her money line.
What about the sub? Yeah, we did take the money line.
But that's it.
Actually, I would probably just play round 3, man.
Plus 1100. Oh my god.
Yeah, Misha round 3.
Wow.
Put that one, bro. Yeah, fuck it, bro. 1100.
My god. 1100.
What kind of line is that, bro? We got a much.
There's some plus 1400, so I'm gonna give you some love, dude.
Oh no, 1400. Yeah, fuck it, leave it at 11.
12. Could I go crazy?
Yeah, go.
Jutu, is that it for Lou 2 or what?
Yeah, bro.
Are you gonna keep going, bro?
No,
that's good.
What's the odds, bro?
Yeah, you want me to see?
Fuck, I gotta tell that now. Like, what the fuck?
Bro, I can't even parlay this shit.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I mean, if you want to put like lunch money on it, just let me know. Fuck.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
116, right?
Yeah, it'll probably be our biggest one. Remember when I almost hit the plus? What was it?
That was huge, bro. Sam Patterson, bro. That cunt.
Plus 220. Do you remember what it was?
Sam Patterson subbed Crosby in round 1.
Yeah, but we had sub 2-3 for Patterson.
Yeah.
We had Robertson KO.
2-3.
And then we had not just regular. Yeah. I should have did 2-3 for that one and did the sub for fucking. What was I thinking?
Fuck.
And then Sean Woodson, bro. So what I'm gonna do now is replicate that parlay, but instead I'm gonna make the right decision. I'm
so
gonna go.
is done.
Yeah, we're going Jutu now. The Jutu.
Yeah, Jutu.
Yep.
That's so lazy, bro. Instead of writing out,
Dude, I'm just weird, bro. All right, I'm
copy
just weird.
paste it through and change the J. I swear that takes longer, bro, than
If
typing
you
it.
can scroll up for me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Mason. I know we didn't write this one down, but I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna go with Mason Jones sub.
Yeah, nice.
It was like 350 or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Just take plus 350, bro.
all right, man.
Yeah, I can line shop out there. You can put it in bold if you want, because I feel bold about it. We're going with Jillian 2-3 KO like I should have did the last time. Plus 2,000. Or should I just go with the KO? She's not going to KO her in round 1, is she? Probably not, right?
I'd be pretty surprised.
No, she won't do that.
Okay. And then scroll up. I think that's got to be it. I don't think I should go anymore.
I mean, that's pretty nuts.
Huge, bro.
Did we play
We need these
Parlay?
women to finish again, bro.
Huh?
We need these women to finish again.
Yeah, that's not enough for me. What's Quang Lee money line?
Plus 115.
Did I play that yet?
I don't think so.
Nah, we only got sub.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Quang Lee money line.
What, plus 2,000? He's not enough. Wait, what is it?
That was plus
It
9.
was it was almost 2 years, but nah, he wants to beat you.
Yeah, I want to replicate the parlay.
Dude.
Remember the parlay that I did? But I
Yeah.
should have been Sam Patterson. So,
Is that plus 20,000?
Yeah, bro.
yeah, remember it was like that the first time, and I almost hit.
1,000 is mad. We hit a 3,000.
We hit more than that. We hit a plus 50 to 1 on our the first episode where I almost hit the plus 224 to 1.
I've got them all right here, so I know exactly. Was that our first episode? It was, eh? Wow.
UFC 297.
Wow, 52 is Jasmine Jazadovicius wins in round 3, and Gillian Robinson wins in round 2. Wow.
Can you go to parlay 2 on that episode and tell me what it was?
What do you mean parlay? No, I don't have the. I just have the. You talking about the Sean Woodson one?
Yeah.
Gillian Robinson TKO, Sam Patterson sub 2-3, Sean Woodson money line 245 to 1.
Damn. Yeah, I remember you guys started out hot, bro.
We started off crazy, bro. We also had a 581 to 1. It's the biggest one we've ever played in all of our. Wait, no, we played a 3,840 to 1 as well. That was Chase Super via. No, that must be wrong, bro. Chase Super TKO and Rebecca wins in round 2-3. Fuck, that was close, I think.
Yeah, it was really close because that was when he fought Slavakos and he should have had it.
And then Rebecca 2-3, but Rebecca, who did he fight? The dude he beat in 1. Yeah, Robert, right?
Armbarred him or some shit.
Yeah, that Roosevelt Roberts.
Yeah. That's a heartbreaker right there, bro. That should have cashed.
I don't hate that.
That's actually insane.
Damari Sims, that Robertson Rodriguez ends by KO plus 700. Don't hate it.
Oh, that's a solid one. So, bro, that's it. We did a Lutu, a Jutu. We should do a Mewtwo, where we just do like alien style parlay. Remember that
Mewtwo Pokemon shit?
Yeah, that Pokemon Mewtwo. Nah, I think we done, boys. That's a 3-hour stream, bro. That was fucking fun.
Yeah, that was a
I
good
really like these one. I'm definitely gonna be tailing Luju, for sure. And I'm
tailing all of them, bro. I'm going to put these in soon.
Only one I can't go with is Purdue because I gotta go with my guy.
I know you. That's your boy. I know. I'm sorry.
Who's that?
Smotherman.
Oh, what? You wearing this Smotherman t-shirt?
No, bro. It's the fucking Texans.
Oh, Houston.
From his.
I don't know, man.
You go to Fury a lot?
I've been there 3 times, bro. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I watched Robellis knock out this guy in like 1 second. It was crazy, bro.
Can you DM those all of those parlays, please, bro?
Yeah.
Nice.
Put in the joint chat, then we both got it.
Yeah, let me just make sure this is all of them. All right.
Done, bro. Nice show. Man. All right, that's it, boys. We're fucking done. That was a good show. Stream. We're going to be out. Hopefully we can cash this weekend. 3 hours. Show some love to everybody. Go follow Czar Bets, Jewish Better. And that's really it, man. Boys, you got anything to say?
Respect to Jew. Respect to the Jew. It's like 3 a.m. where you're at, right? 2, 3. It's respect.
What?
Hey, shout out to the Jew. He's up late.
I thought it was 2 in the afternoon, bro. Damn.
Giving you the locks for free, bro. Shout out to the Jew, man.
Sure.
Shout out to MMA Guru.
Shara. All right.
Peace, boys. Love. Respect everyone. Good luck this weekend. Let's cash.
Yes, sir.